Tyler and Shane.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're here. Yeah.
We're back. I have a football slightly deflated. Don't make jokes about it.
Super
What's up,
deflated.
everybody? Yeah, I don't know where to get a pump these days, at the gym or at Dick's Sporting Goods. What's going on, everybody?
Holy
Welcome
shit,
back
this
to
is
the
rough to
show.
start off.
Welcome back to the first episode of the Offseason, season six of this podcast. Season 4 with Tyler, if you will, I think.
So it's season 4.
It feels like we are pumping up those numbers by
We
counting them
totally
as
are.
like off season and on season.
No, it's
When you said 6, I was like, we've been doing this for 6 years.
No, it's kind of like Survivor, where they do 2 seasons a year. So we're going into season 46, but they've only been doing the show for 23 years, which is still a fucking lot. Right?
Dude, this is already terrible. Come
And
on.
if you want to know more about Survivor, then you can watch On Fire with Jeff Probst every single season.
I'm surprised you don't also have a Survivor podcast.
I've thought about it. I have some friends at work. I actually have one friend at work. I have 4 friends at work, and we have a Slack channel, and all we do is talk about Survivor.
How is
There's
that
only 4 of
sustainable?
us in an entire fucking corporate office. Is 4 people that care about Survivor, which is a fucking travesty.
It's a stupid show.
It's not. It's 46 seasons. It's probably the best reality show of all time. So, you know, what's your fucking bar?
The best reality show of all time. Still worse than most other narrative television shows.
It's literally better, and it's better. Jeff Probst.
Whatever. You like garbage.
There's a lot of garbage TV out there.
Off
Like
to
Love
a great
Island.
start, guys. Off season's treating us so well. Can't
Whatever,
wait to talk
Jake.
about
You don't know
football.
shit. You don't even have.
I know
a
shit.
current
I know a
model
lot
of
of
your
stuff,
Xbox.
actually.
No, you know a lot of stuff. Give us a fun fact on the day.
Okay. Where was the first Starbucks opened up outside of North America?
Oh,
Thailand.
Nope, both wrong. I'll give you each one more guess.
Can you give
do a
us the
real
continent?
guess.
Can you give us the continent? That's fair.
No,
No?
that's not how trivia works. Take another
Brazil.
guess.
No. I'm gonna say,
No.
what's a place that loves coffee?
You're gonna be wrong.
England. I don't know.
Yeah, terrible guess. Stupid fucking guess.
How's that a
tea.
bad guess? It's a
Tea. They
fucking-
drink tea in England. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
That's what I'm saying. They
It's
drink
not.
they drink tea in England. That's not coffee. There's no market for
Wait,
it.
where the fuck was it?
And
I
they,
don't have
why
time.
do they?
Where the fuck was it?
Oh,
We don't have time in the podcast for this.
Oh, I have no idea.
You're a
No, I'm
fucking
just,
idiot.
I'm just
You're-
fucking with you. It's Japan. It's
That's-
Japan.
That makes sense because it's closest to Seattle if you go the other way.
Well,
So they were
okay.
like,
I
"All right,
don't
where
think
can
that
we
was
get
part
some
of it. I
coffee
think it was
real quick.
I think it was more the fact that there was a market there and they like American fast food. And there's not a coffee market really there, Like Italy and France and England and like all those places have a lot better setups for coffee.
The Japanese really like American consumerism because if they come here, they can get it for very cheap. Because there's no tariffs if they just come here and buy it,
Are you just talking out of your ass?
I don't think
No,
that's
I'm dead
true,
serious.
like, at all.
I used to work at the North Face. It was an outlet store, and there were a lot of people that came from overseas to get the outdoors gear there for cheap.
You still have to pay taxes on it when you bring it home, though.
No, you don't.
I mean,
You have to be like, hey, I bought
probably
this
you're supposed
jacket. Hey,
to.
let me
In
pay
America,
taxes
you
on it."
do. I don't know, Doug.
I don't think
You have
that's
to
true.
claim that stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what the sales tax is in Japan. But anyways, welcome back to the show, everybody. We're those fantasy dudes. I'm John. We got Jake. We got Tyler. Sadly,
What up?
both champions of our leagues that we
That's
play
right.
in.
4-time
And,
champion.
Yep, don't care.
Yeah, greatest
Moving
of all
on
time.
here. Here to talk about some NFL news. Brittany Mahomes, obviously. We're going to talk about our Dynasty League a little bit. And we're going to finish off the show with a fantasy fight between the 2 champions today. So we will decide who's the better champion, maybe. I don't really know. We're kind
I
of
think it's
forcing
already
this one.
decided, but
I feel like winning a Dynasty League is harder than winning a League of Record. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So it is
Would
what
you
it is.
disagree, Jake?
I don't know. I've won both. They seemed pretty similar.
You won the first season, so it's basically a redraft league, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not
That's
important.
not true. I have Justin Jefferson.
You also won against players
You're
that
welcome.
aren't in the league
I don't need
anymore.
Justin Jefferson to win championships, Jake.
Yeah.
Hey, Molly, can you not jump up here right
Look,
now? That's going to ruin the podcast.
Tyler,
Thanks.
don't let John turn this into you guys versus me. We are champions. He is not. Let's pile on him.
It's
We'll
me
I'm a
versus
figure it out.
champion. I'm just
World
not a
and
current
Dynasty, bro.
champion. I'm definitely still a
He
champion.
a 10-man league champion.
That's still a champion. really
Yeah,
thinking about it.
okay.
All right,
You won with people we are actively kicking out of the league for not being into it.
Maybe I'll bring him back.
I've won a 10-man league 3 years in a row, and I haven't brought it up once on this podcast, John.
Yeah.
It wasn't the league that we're playing in. That
But
was
neither me or Tyler were in that league when you won.
That doesn't
It
matter.
was a
You didn't even know what
two-man.
fantasy football
It's the
was in
same goddamn
2018.
thing.
It doesn't
It's the
matter.
same
You're not
goddamn
fucking. You're not the
thing as Tyler
messiah of
being like,
fantasy
I
football.
won
You've
my
gotten
home
lucky.
10-man.
Blah,
I
blah,
didn't get lucky. I got lucky this much. I got lucky this much. I don't see that, John. Maybe I just have skills and abilities.
I think you're just pretty good at statistics, and you've gotten really fucking lucky.
Yeah.
Like
Good
we
at
all went to the
math,
same
you
college. It's not
nerd.
like you're an Ivy Leaguer, for the love of God. You're not.
What does that say about us, John? Don't talk Jake down. That makes us look
Yeah.
like shit.
What? I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't know. We all have equal intelligence.
We're all
to a certain
stupid.
extent.
We're all fucking idiots.
We're all idiots, and some of us got lucky, and John didn't. Whatever in life and in fantasy football. It's fine. If you guys are tuning in on YouTube, I do have a Kansas City Chiefs Travis Kelce double XL T-shirt that my mom bought for me.
Cut that.
It says "Karma is the guy on the
Ooh.
Chiefs coming straight home to me." T Swift. So, you got to take your wins where you can get them, and I'd say this T-shirt's a win.
Shut up, man.
It's a good T-shirt, but man, between you and Jason Kelsey wearing other teams' paraphernalia, dude, I don't know.
He had a pretty cool set of overalls, and he was hanging out with.
He plays
Spice
for
or
a
whatever,
different
Posh
team
Spice.
that the Chiefs beat in the Super Bowl last year.
Yes, that's correct.
Bad. That's rough. That's a rough look.
How do we feel about the Chiefs right now? Let's be honest with each other.
Upset.
Yeah, I just don't love that. What a terrible ending to an otherwise great game.
Terrible ending to an entire, otherwise great season of football altogether.
Man, it should have been Ravens Detroit.
Oh, that would have been great.
I don't know, man. Niners roster is too talented to not be there, but man,
But
the
they don't
amount of
know
holding
how
calls that
overtime
they
works.
didn't get, that they didn't throw on the Chiefs, dude, is tough too.
Yeah.
That's a tough game all around.
I was trying to see where the refs were going to help the Chiefs win, and I really thought that they were pretty reasonable. Like, they did have a lot of calls go the 49ers way. Like, there were quite a few, and I was like, okay, they gave him that one. It seems like this guy's not, in the Chiefs' favor like they were in the AFC Championship game,
Yeah, it wasn't so blatantly obvious. I mean, the thing is, though, what precedent do you set? Because Nick Bosa, you could throw a flag for holding every play.
Sure.
Basically,
I mean, the guy's
right?
crazy.
So,
you have to hold him.
Yeah.
You
No,
have
it
to.
came down to a blown coverage on Chris Jones where they had to settle for the field goal in overtime. That's purely on the 49ers, which is more upsetting.
Chris Jones was such a big part. And I hate Chris
Yeah.
Jones. I hate him.
Yeah.
But he was a big part of that game. And he's a big part of all the Chiefs' big wins in the playoffs. He just makes plays like Aaron Donald does. It's really annoying as not a fan of the Chiefs.
I'm just tired of watching them win.
I really can't be mad though. We don't look at Tyler. Look at all the Pat stuff behind him. We aren't allowed to be mad about this, and that pisses me off.
We're allowed to be a little
don't
mad
like
because
that.
everyone's like, well, Pat Mahomes has a better start to his career than Tom Brady did.
It's the fucking same. It's literally equal. So if you say it's better, fuck you.
And just cherry pick whatever stat you want and then tell me how it's better here or there. I'm like, okay,
Please.
sure, whatever.
We're not having this conversation. If they three-peat, it's going to be a real problem for me. It's going to be...
That'll be upsetting.
Imagine going through a whole nother season of fantasy football and NFL football and the playoffs, and they do it again.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Yeah, that's very
this is too depressing.
Yeah, that sucks.
Plug our socials.
I'm happy for you, I suppose.
I'm not. Get out of here. You suck.
Yeah, please stop. You're cringe. Anyways, if you do want to follow us, please do so at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram, TikTok, X, Reddit. Send us a voice message. You can click the link in our Instagram bio to do so. I don't check for them, but if there is one,
oh my God,
did it.
If you don't check for them, don't say it out loud.
No,
you
should send us them. You should send us them. The thing is it's a really weird way of me trying to find it. It's like when I post the show is when that's where I can search to find them. That's not helpful. Why can't they just be there? Whatever. It's dumb.
Just DM us too.
Yeah, whatever.
Just be like, hey, I got a question for the show.
If you DM me on my personal Instagram, I'll give you both Tyler and John's home addresses.
Yeah.
Can you just at least give them a different apartment number?
No.
So they you send something to my neighbor who I don't like. Is that okay? Is it weird that you've seen my building? Every time I come home, the person I hate the most is always outside of their apartment on the porch. It's not the porch. It's like a public walkway. They're always there, and I always have to make eye contact with them, and I hate it.
Huh.
And I always come home to see her sell drugs in the parking lot. That's great. Anyways, if you want to follow us on any of the various podcast platforms, you can do so on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Castbox, Reason, Radio Public, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Castro, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podbean, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, and Spotify for Podcasters is our host platform.
My man.
Without a hitch. Done. Yeah, do that. If you're not watching us, do so on YouTube because we have a pretty awesome visual platform on there.
You can see Jackson Mahomes picking his nose.
You sure can. Maybe you can watch us picking our nose if you catch us off guard. I don't know.
Tyler be picking.
Just stare at my face cam the whole show.
Tyler's an American picker over there, but not in the way
American pickers.
American pickers, but it's just us dudes picking our noses and eating
it's such a cursed video. Tyler's just really close to the camera with his eyes as far open as they'll go.
You guys want to have a staring contest? All ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, this is great podcast.
This is good content.
I already lost.
Staring contest through the rest of the show.
I'm trying to watch you while also looking in the camera, so it's good for the viewers.
Is this good for you?
Is this good? Are you enjoying it? I'll keep going. I'll keep going.
I'm done. No, cut this out. This is terrible.
Tyler doesn't have eyelashes. You just learned that.
You don't have a soul.
Dominate.
At least I have eyelashes.
Hey, God damn it. It's not fair. Tell a friend, leave a review, support the show, give us money. Let's talk about Brittany Mahomes.
God damn it.
Oh, the drop.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
It's never going to go away. I just want you guys to know that it's never going to go away because she won't go away. She's in the headlines all the time. It's fucking insane. Why does this keep happening? I don't know. Someone explain it to me.
Don't try to shift the narrative that you're not pro Brittany Mahomes too. I don't like where this is headed. I don't want this to end because you're like, yeah, Brittany Mahomes sucks. I want this to end because you're wrong and she sucks and you were on the wrong side.
Yeah, it's fine. It's my Facebook. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Brittany Mahomes here. I do because she's famous. She has gained 800,000 followers in a year. I think much because of us. What we have done for her page, what we have done for her publicity. Yeah. We keep talking about her every single week. Yeah, big deal. She was at the Super Bowl. I don't really care about that. What I do care about is this.
Oh,
Brittany Mahomes.
I can't even.
2024.
Jesus Christ, dude. Come on.
2024 Sports Illustrated rookie swimsuit model. Where did this? If I had asked you guys 3 years ago, they're like, hey, what do you think Brittany Mahomes will accomplish in her career, if you will? Would this be in the top 100 things that you would have expected?
No.
No.
If I was like, hey, Kelly Stafford or Brittany Mahomes, who has a better chance of being a Sports Illustrated model?
I don't know. That feels gross. Weird.
Yeah.
I don't really like this segment. I don't really like this segment, dude. What the fuck is this?
A Brittany Mahomes quote said that.
John, did you set the segment up to just talk derogatorily about this woman?
Was her favorite appearance photo?
Oh, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the segment. It's over.
All right. I'm
crazy.
glad that happened.
The craziest thing is SI posted this, right?
Oh,
and they didn't even mention.
Oh man, that's buried already. It's like 50 posts down.
Yeah, it's way down here. They didn't even mention Patrick Mahomes. So, I think she's almost as self-made as Kylie Jenner.
You know what? You're right.
If not more.
Actually, I agree with that. Yeah. Totally self-made.
Self-made. She would have done it without Patrick. There's definitely not people saying that she would be a Starbucks employee without him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not true. Oh, it looks like it is.
That's not a comment.
That's weird. And that it's crazy that 6,000 people agree with that. But Livy Dunn cares.
Oh
I don't know
no.
why I can't find it, but she did comment on
Crossover
this.
Crossover
Say,
event?
like,
Of course, you're aware of this conversation.
Of course he is.
Fucking
This
of
is made for
course you
John.
are.
yeah, Livy Dunn cares about Brittany Mahomes. So many people care
Does
about
Sydney
Brittany
Sweeney
Mahomes.
come into the mix at any point for this?
You would
Not that
think
I know
so.
of. I don't think that Sydney Sweeney has all
Well,
of
you would
her
know.
people that she follows like public, so I wouldn't be able to really tell if Sydney
Right.
Sweeney follows Brittany Mahomes. But I'm sure that she would support her.
You've looked.
I don't know. I think that good for Brittany. As that's all I can
Wait.
really say.
Sorry, I'm looking in the notes here. Cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue featured 4 different models in 2023. One of which was Martha Stewart.
Yeah, did you know that?
What?
So yeah, in 2023, Sports Illustrated swimsuit specifically has started to showcase multiple different body types of models, one of which was Martha Stewart. So you could buy different covers of
Okay,
the
pull this up.
magazine.
This is worth talking about.
Okay.
If this is the competition, what is going on?
I don't know, guys. I don't love this. I don't love
What's
this
going on?
segment.
Jake, you got to admit, what?
Martha, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't think this was real.
Yeah, that's totally real. Yeah, Martha Stewart.
Oh my
was
God,
awesome.
it is. It's real.
Yeah. No, of course.
Oh, actually,
So-
I did see this.
Yeah,
This
she's
is
a
way more
glowing old
tasteful.
woman. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Do you think she's a rookie? So the odds of a rookie being on there, like, probably not. It's just, there's a chance.
All right,
Man,
And I
this
also
is-
wanted to say that
hate
it has
this.
been a year since we have been graced with Patty Jr. for the first time. Because if you guys remember correctly, when Patrick Mahomes and Brittany and the kids went to Disney World, that was the first photo we saw of Patty Jr.
I'll take your word on that
remember?
one because that's not on top of mind for me. like it is for
unfortunately,
some
I do
people.
remember it because we dissected. This is a good TikTok we made.
It's one of the best. 65,000 views on TikTok. It's,
Yeah.
it's arguably one of the
So I
better
do-
videos. Not our best, but still Brittany Mahomes related. It's top 5. And if it wasn't for those ears, I think that we still to this day would be questioning if he was their kid.
Yeah.
I don't care though. It's goddamn, dude.
What the
It's
off
like,
season is for. It's for
fucking
speculation.
I
It's
can't.
for
But you're all
questioning
on.
what we
You're all
believe
on
in.
me about not wasting time on fucking talking about where the first Starbucks was outside of North America. But then we sit here and talk about this shit for 10 minutes.
We're trying to
God
talk about
damn
the
it.
truth, what people want to hear, Jake.
Hard-hitting
You realize
facts.
that. The facts of the world.
I went into
life.
this one trying to be like, all right, yeah, I'll buy in as much as I need to, and we'll get through this segment. It's just, man, it is never ending.
Is there anything else you guys
God
want to
damn.
talk about with Brittany Mahomes, or good to go?
Oh, shout out.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot her first name.
Libby Dunn.
Use check.
Oh,
Kristen.
Kristen. Thank
yeah.
you. Big shout out. Actually, I think that's pretty sick.
You know what's crazy is
that blew up.
we talked about that before it was even a thing.
Yeah.
We did.
She
were
had like
ground zero on that.
70,000 followers. What do you think she has now?
She's got to be up there.
She
If
put
you
out a
had to make a
TikTok
guess.
reel from when we did that.
She's definitely 6 figures followers. I would say like 300,000. That's my
You
guess.
say 300,000?
Yeah.
Jake, what do you think? What do you think Kristen Juszczyk has?
175,000.
So you think she went from 78,000 to 175,000?
Yeah.
And Tyler, you said what?
300K at least. Taylor Swift's involved. Brittany almost doubled up this year.
That's
She's gotta be up
true.
there.
She has
Yeah.
1.1 million followers now.
Fuck.
Whoa.
She gained
What?
more than Brittany has in the last year.
Oh my God.
She's a fucking rock star. I'm so
That's
proud of her.
crazy, dude.
That's a sick jacket, by the way. Look at that. Juszczyk
That is
wearing
pretty
his
sick.
fucking almost his entire offense on his sleeve. That's crazy. Sure,
Dude,
that
they're-
smile was gone.
That's
real
She's
quick.
dope.
about to pull home more money than him.
Honestly, she might
He's a
have already
fullback.
because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
supposedly she has a deal now, like a licensed deal with the NFL.
Yeah.
She does.
They were
Yeah.
smart to jump on that immediately.
Yeah.
That's a really cool. Look at that. I mean, it's just
It's
she's
pretty
throwing
cool.
these
It's
together in a
patchwork
matter
stuff,
of
you know?
days. Like, yeah, it's very in. It's very like early 2000s kind of style. Like, I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, so that's actually good content. That's what you're supposed to do. cool shit as an NFL wife, not be gross and annoying.
And really
Like Taylor
cringy
Swift.
and trying to take all the attention away from her husband. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the NFL news.
NFL news and injury updates.
Finally.
All right, this is where Tyler takes it away.
Yeah, I wrote all these news headlines. It's perfect. What is this? Is not okay. Not a fact. First,
Oh boy, here we go.
This is- it's the
49ers
off-season, man.
the
This is a fact, by the
49ers.
way.
This is hard hitting news, guys. This is the facts and only the facts. The 49ers didn't understand or have a strategy in place if the Super Bowl had gone to overtime. This was the first time a playoff game went to overtime since the Chiefs beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game in 2022, and Kansas City was prepared to kick no matter who won the toss. I don't think they didn't understand or have a strategy. I think it was just kind of unprecedented with these new rules. You could go either way and lose either
But
way, and
why
also
would
win either
you?
way.
Why wouldn't you kick it? Because like no matter what the other team does, you have the advantage if you go second, because it's almost like a fantasy fight because you know what the other team did, so you know how you have to respond. Like if you
It
keep
doesn't
them to a
matter how
field
you
goal-
respond. Like if you have the ball second, you're in scoring touchdown mode, no matter
Well,
what.
Right. But like if you keep them to a field goal, you're like, okay, so all we have to do is get a field goal or get a touchdown. Like the pressure is on the team going first to get a touchdown. If you don't, like there's so much pressure on your defense that's absolutely gassed from playing 60 minutes already.
So I think that the reason they did it is, like you said, to rest their defense, because their defense finished the game on the field or finished regular time.
On the
You
field.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the field. So you're resting your defense, and there's, in my mind, just as much pressure. If the 49ers go down and score a touchdown, you're telling me that there's no pressure when you go up on the field and you have to score a touchdown?
It's tough because the 49ers did not look good for the second half of that game.
No, they didn't.
Like once they put up like 10 points, they were like, all right, we got it. We just got to hold them off. Like it was, I don't know what happened. They stopped running the ball. They didn't have the firepower.
Having intermittently Deebo Samuel and George Kittle leaving Ayuk to soak up, like, I mean, that's why part of why Juwan Jennings had a crazy game. It's not like they were like, Juwan Jennings is the plan.
It was
just
part of
like,
it, but the what was working for them was Christian McCaffrey. Like those four players, like Kittle, Ayuk, and Deebo combined for like 8 for like 90. Like it was bad. It was not working throughout the entire game. Just pound the rock, and especially at that point, because like you're tiring out the defense, keep using Christian McCaffrey. So it was, I don't know, that part didn't make sense to me. But
yeah,
the problem is you try to pound the rock on first down, second and long. You're kind of in a obvious passing situation. Steve Spagnuolo is maybe the best in the entire league at dialing up complicated blitzes against somebody who's in their second year playing in their first Super Bowl.
he's such a
So
pain
if
in the
you back yourself up at all, or if you don't get an efficient run on first down, you're playing from behind. So it's tough. But overtime, the thing that really is the killer, I think, is when you're that second team, when you're going down and you have to score, you're going for it on fourth down. You get an extra down.
yeah.
Right. So in my mind, that's kind of the advantage. But at any rate, the 49ers were not in it to win it in the second half.
No, it's too bad. Really wanted them to get that one, but here we are yet again with the fucking Chiefs. So it's a Chiefs stand podcast at this point. Sadly.
no, it's not.
No,
It is.
it never will be. Not on my watch.
Absolutely not. Tyler and I will sooner start a new podcast.
We'll hold that down, dude.
You know, my grandmother, love her to death. We're Patriots fans, obviously. Up in Maine, we've always have been, but she loves to just kind of latch on to whatever other quarterback is doing great. She loved Peyton Manning. Now she loves Patrick Mahomes, and she's always posting on Facebook about it.
That's sad.
And I'll always respond to her post with like the angry emoji on Facebook.
Has she heard about Lamar Jackson?
I don't think she cares for him.
Lamar Jackson hasn't won any big games, so I don't think anybody's heard of him.
Kind of sucks, dude.
Sounds kind of racist.
Well, she's 68 and old. But no, I don't think it has anything to do with it. Jake. I think-
She's 68.
Yeah.
Your
Dementia's
grandma's
a
68?
hell of a damn.
Yeah,
amazing.
maybe it's dementia.
Oh, but I love Patrick Mahomes.
Like, Grandma, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Gordon Ramsay's really good at football. Like, what? I don't
He's
know what
great.
you're saying. Like, ugh.
I love watching Tony Romo play.
No, he's in the booth. What are you talking about?
Oh, talking about people that don't play anymore. Mitch Trubisky, who was taken ahead of Patrick Mahomes in the 2017 draft. This was released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Supposedly, it was a mutual parting of ways.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, comes a month before free agency, so maybe they're just doing him a solid. I mean, I don't see why you would re-sign the guy if you're the Steelers. So giving him a chance to go somewhere else, sign as a backup, that's cool. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl rings, and Mitch Trubisky is fighting for a roster spot. So that's how crazy drafts can be.
You never know. You never know. What else we got, Tyler?
The Lions are in discussions with Amon-Ra St. Brown that would pay him $25 million per year, which would make him the 4th highest paid receiver in the NFL. How do we feel
I think he
about that?
deserves it. I
Yeah,
think if you
absolutely.
take away the name value of Jamar Chase, somebody's doing better. Like I really do think that on paper you'd rather have Amon-Ra than Jamar Chase. I understand there's injury concerns and other factors.
On paper, I don't know if that's true. I say in practice, I would rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown this past year, considering. But on paper,
I mean,
Jamar
just all
Chase
in
is the
general.
better player, I think. But
I think on paper, I'm talking about the stats. That's what I'm saying. Like if
Okay, fair enough.
you remove
Yeah.
if you remove the name and you look at the pure data, and I mean honestly, it's not like Amon-Ra is a slouch on the field and is just getting fed targets. Like he's incredible wide receiver. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm on board with him getting paid his money. I think he deserves it.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, he's really good.
I mean,
And-
Amon-Ra was the wide receiver 3 on the year, so yeah, I'd say he's doing okay.
Yeah. He's the lifeblood of that offense right now. I mean, Sam Laporta's giving himself a good shot too.
And
But
dude, Gibbs looks great. I mean, that offense is just good.
Yeah, and a reception magnet too. Number 2 in receptions, tied with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty insane.
yeah, pay the man.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, off-season news, it's hard hitting.
There's nothing.
There has been talk. I know we all want to talk more about the Patriots. There has been talk that the Patriots quarterback room got so toxic last season that it was fairly common that Bailey Zappi would end up watching game tape in the wide receivers room because he wouldn't want to sit in the quarterback room.
God. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine being around Mac Jones was pretty sad last year.
I feel like toxic might not be the right term, but I don't know.
Not
How's it that
not my
bad?
words.
Mac Jones doesn't
yeah.
seem like a great guy.
What? He seems fine.
I think character's not an issue with him. It's just like the way that the whole situation was handled and this weird like hot hand quarterback thing. Especially where he was taken so high and it's like this is our franchise quarterback and we're just gonna kind of treat him like shit the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see how he'd be upset, but I'd like to hope he didn't reflect his feelings on the other players on the team though, but he could have.
I just think, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, or not Patrick, Mac Jones was just set
Patrick
up for failure.
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mac Jones.
Like I can hardly tell the two players apart. They're both so great. No, it's just Mac Jones has been set up for failure ever since year 2. I mean, there's just been nothing. There's a moth in Tyler's apartment.
Don't look.
There's been nothing on that offense for him, and the offensive coordinators have been.
I mean, they got
terrible.
Taquan.
Right? Yeah, the fastest guy in the class. I mean, the fastest guy to run on the practice squad. I guess
The
I don't know.
fastest guy to run on that practice field. Yeah,
great.
He's
That's
whipping up
awesome.
and down that thing.
Who else do they have? They have
Kendrick Bourne,
Demario Douglas. Demario Douglas had a good year.
Douglas.
We got rid of his favorite receiver, Jacoby Myers. Like, great, he has fucking Hunter. It's just Hunter Henry. It's just a train wreck. I mean, what? How do you expect him to do anything? It's
3 different coordinators in 3 different years.
This is how you ruin our QB's career in the beginning. It's happened time and time again. It just hasn't happened on the Patriots, and now we're seeing it. So
you guys have been so insulated from problems.
Yeah,
It's true.
I feel like it's better to lose like this than get so far with a really incredible team and then fucking lose anyway. No, I'm not trying to attack anybody on the show, but
Well, I don't think that's
you know,
true.
I hate to have like a clear cut Super Bowl, contender and then just lose anyway because you can't win the big game. I'd rather have a really high draft pick and have some promise and potential.
I've heard
What?
rumors about the Patriots trading the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade down to like the fucking 32nd
I
pick in
would-
the second round.
Lose my mind because Bill's not there anymore. There's no excuse. What are you doing? Please don't.
But his dog is still drafting, Tyler, and that's the thing.
See, that I would believe based on the players that have been drafted in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I would believe that genuinely.
It's like how I used to draft back in like 2018 before I knew about ADP, where I would just scroll down. I'm like, oh yeah,
I know
Carson
this
Wentz
college.
seems like a good pick in the third round. Why
Man,
not?
I never should have taught you about that.
I would have figured it out. I'm not a
Could have had a
fucking
few
idiot.
more good years.
Sure, you already won 4 championships. It's not enough.
Yeah,
for
I've
you?
had some good years. You're right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's going to do it
Ugh.
for NFL news, injury updates. Why don't we move on to the Dynasty download?
We have stuff to talk about.
Dynasty Download.
I don't know what's going on. Do you have something to talk about? If so, please.
I mean, Max got the first and the second, so that's kind of a big deal.
That sucks. I didn't realize that.
yeah, hate
Yeah,
that.
he literally, I mean, you
Yikes.
can't go wrong. The 101 is Marvin Harrison Jr. It's great. The problem is, I gave him both of those picks, but the problem is, like, had I not given them to him, it wouldn't have been the 10 or it wouldn't have been the 101 and 102 because he would have still continued to compete.
Mac has 5
Butterfly
first round
effect.
picks. He's got
Yeah.
the 101, the 102, the 105, the 106, and the 112.
One of our only hopes is that whoever is 104 takes Brock Bowers. So I'm thinking,
Sterling?
yeah,
He
Just
might.
took Dalton Kincaid.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna contact him and be like, "Look, I got.
No,
What do you
fuck
need?
You don't do that. Oh, well,
yeah,
you will.
do.
But
Matt can't leave Brock Bowers. Matt can't leave with Brock Bowers too.
Why?
who's Malik and Nate?
Because
See,
Brock
here's the
Bowers
thing.
is
Like,
really good.
I don't know. I know Marvin Harrison. I know Brock Bowers. I know Caleb Williams, and I know like Drake May. That's all I know right now. So I have a lot
Blake
of
Corum.
research to do.
Yeah, I know Blake Corum.
Yeah, I know
maybe.
Blake Corum too.
That's about it, man. Will Shipley.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard
I
of.
don't have any picks until 2026, so I'm not really researching rookies too hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think all of us will go into this draft with a pick. We're gonna make it happen.
Why? Who are you trying to pick?
I don't know. I don't know who I'm trying to pick.
I almost
wanna be a part
got
of
one
it.
today, but it wasn't working out.
That's the thing is like I'm not going to pretend to be informed on a lot of these guys coming out of college. So I'm not going to pretend to know what the fuck I'm doing with my draft picks. So I just get rid of them for things that I know and love. That's what's going to happen.
That's understandable. And sadly, I've gotten rid of a lot of picks, and all I've really gotten out of it was Bijan Robinson, which I'm not upset about, but I haven't
man,
really
it's gonna be
hit
so
on
cool when
anything else.
That's
so
your
far.
whole team next year.
That's not my whole. What the fuck? I have fucking Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. Like, get fucked. It's not my whole team.
You know, the Bengals are planning to part way with Joe Mixon.
That's again a rumor. They said the same fucking thing last year. So don't even try. Don't
And
even
they
try
took
that.
less
Jake.
money to stay.
That's some fucking.
He took less money to
TMZ
stay
fluff
in the
piece
Bengals.
bullshit.
That's a reasonable rumor to like buy into a little bit.
I'm not buying into that. He'll be there. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Do you want him to be there? Is that
Yeah, I do. He's fucking top 10 back.
okay? I'm just asking.
Goddamn.
I don't know. Where
Hmm.
else do you want him on the Ravens? Do you want him somewhere
No,
else? Like
no. I want him on the
Like him on the
Bengals. 'Cause
Ravens.
he's
you
a
want the
three-time back.
Bengals running back? That's your guy. I'm not being conceited. I'm genuinely asking
You
because
guys
Yeah.
sound like you're being a little bit of an asshole.
You do realize that Joe Mixon was the RB6 this
I'm
year.
not saying he's bad. I'm just like, as far as positions go,
He's the RB6,
is that
Tyler.
a place you want to target? I'm
Yes,
not.
I'm fine with it.
I'm just asking because I don't. That's not a guy that jumps right out at me when I'm thinking
I'm
about building rosters like
I'm really tired.
Bengals running back. So I just am hearing your opinion.
No,
It's
no.
worked out clearly.
It's
He's been good.
It's been
What'd you get him
fine.
for?
He's been a top 10 back
Yeah,
3
Mooney
years
and
in
a
a
first.
row, and you guys still are like, oh man, Joe Mixon fucking sucks. Like, I just,
No,
I
I just
didn't
think
say
he
he
pulls
sucked.
out guns in bad situations and is a
again,
bad guy.
wasn't him. Fuck you. All right, I'm sorry for
He
saying
is a
shit
bad
about the
guy in
Ravens,
general,
but
though.
that's a lie. Like, that's a genuine lie. The
No,
Ravens
Joe
are
Mixon
actively losing games in the playoffs.
Joe Mixon punched a woman.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did. That was in
Yeah,
college.
no, yeah, he
That was in
1,000%
college.
did.
What has he done for me lately? Oh, finishes a top 10 back. God forbid.
Again,
John
this is not. I'm
Irvine
not.
willing to overlook domestic violence.
I'm not coming at you for having Joe Mixon on your team. I'm just wondering, is it the position on the team or is it the guy that you like? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
It's the fantasy output. I mean, he's been
Of who?
good.
The guy.
Of
He likes
Joe
the
Mixon?
guy.
You
Of
like
Joe
the guy.
Mixon. Get into
That's all I'm
question.
asking. Okay.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
I'm.
asking.
Yeah. Are you talking about like his character? I don't care about his character. I just want to.
That's
No, I mean,
evident
like, is Joe
football.
Mixon good anywhere, or do you think if the Bengals replaced Joe Mixon with somebody, you would pick up the guy that they target, and you
Yeah,
want the
I
running
think I
back
would.
for the
If,
Bengals?
because at least if they stick with Zach Taylor, is that his name? Zach Taylor, I think. Then
I don't know.
I think they're going to have a 3-down back. It's one of the few teams that use that position as a 3-down back. They've
Yeah.
continued to do that. For some reason, it's the AFC North that seems to continue doing that. Najee Harris, Joe Mixon.
Najee Harris, not so much, but point taken.
Mhm.
Well, there was a time.
There was a year. You're
There
correct.
was a time. But yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about my team later. Don't you worry.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
It always comes up. What else about Dynasty?
I wanted to ask you guys.
Not a ton.
Yeah, the question is already answered, but I was going to ask if there was any chance that you guys were going to be trying to target 2024 draft picks in any capacity, or
I mean, I'm not trying to target them. I just, if I can get a pick that I want, I'm just going to check in with Sterling and see, hey, you going to take Brock Bowers here? That's like his ADP. If not, like, I'm definitely interested in your pick. Because I don't want Mac having Brock Bowers too.
full transparency here. What would you be willing to give up for Brock Bowers? It's a fantasy podcast. We're helping people out. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
I might give Sterling one of my better tight end options. He's inquired about him previously.
So
Ingram.
this is Evan Ingram, George Kittle.
Darren Waller, and wait, is that
Not
everything?
Ingram. You're telling me you have another guy?
No, I mean Tyler Croft, or not Tyler Croft, Tyler Conklin, but Darren Waller, George Kittle, Tyler Conklin, and Evan Ingram.
I think realistically, it's Evan Ingram or George Kittle. I don't think he would take Darren Waller for the one.
No, I don't know who I'd rather give up, but I feel like I would want a little bit more than that 104 for one of those two guys. I feel like those are more valuable.
That's crazy. You're not.
I don't
getting
know,
that,
man.
dude.
If you gave up Evan Ingram,
the 104, Jake, could you want more than to trade one of those two guys? I think that's crazy. You should be giving more, if you ask me.
I bet he'll make that trade. I'll text him about it.
You should be giving more. And if Sterling, if you're listening to this, I'm going to send this podcast to you. You should ask for more because that's crazy.
That's a high pick. And depending on how the first 3 picks play out, man, like that could be a big money player right there. I don't know that it's Brock Bowers locked in, to be honest with you.
Could also be a bust. I mean, Treylon
Brock
Burks
Bowers
is
is
going
where
to
he's
bust.
going.
He was the 103 as well. But here we are. Tyler, what about you? Are you potentially targeting any picks, or it sounds like you're not?
I've never been a big picks fan. Again, I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of a lot of these guys, and therefore, trading away what I know and have in order to pick up a huge question mark, doesn't matter who it is. Even Marvin Harrison. Garrett Wilson. What did he do this year? Right. I'm not saying his outlook is bad. I'm just saying
not bad, but still.
I'm just saying there
Garrett
are
Wilson's
so
got a
many
great. Yeah, I don't know.
so many factors. Well, what I'm saying is, somebody who is clear cut, amazing on paper, there are a lot of things that have to go right for their output to match that in fantasy.
Right.
So not necessarily looking for anybody. Something that is kind of appealing to me though is, and this is true for anything, not even just a rookie draft, is understanding people's wants and needs, kind of like Jake is assessing. Like if there is somebody who is really interested in maybe Justin Fields on my team, right? Like I have Lamar Jackson. If I could get maybe I'll take another dart throw on a quarterback and maybe like a 3rd round pick or something. That's kind of fun, right? So something that's low risk, I think is really cool to do. But and I'm not trying to pick on you, John. This is just the only example I can think of is
Great.
maybe trading pretty aggressively for the 103 or the 104 and hoping for a 103 or 104 output and not getting it, like Traylon Burks, stings really bad. And it's really hard to recoup that. So
I think at the time I can't remember because I've never finished outside of the playoffs. So I had the 104, traded it to get the 103. I don't know how I got the 104. Regardless, yeah, it's rare that you do hit on a player. Like no matter where you get them, you never know. Like you just don't. So it's really hard. So I don't know. I have to do a lot of research. I think, throughout the next 2 or 3 months here, we're going to start to know. And even then, we do our draft the day after the NFL draft.
which is crazy.
So
But
there's a lot of risk there,
Yeah.
and I'm not changing that. So
I think it's fun.
I think it's fun that way. Yeah.
I do too, but you trade for those picks and you do take on a lot of risk because you don't know how these players are going to pan out on those teams. And it's hard to make a deal within 24 hours. Once you're like, oh, that player's on that team, and now I need to make this deal. Good
Right.
luck. Like, good luck doing that. So that's why it's fun though. So I like it. The novelty of going after a pick right now is really exciting. So that's why their value is so high. If you're able to hold on to them for this long, then you might have some good offers coming your way. So, or some really fucking terrible ones. Who knows?
We know. It's not a
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
We know which one it is.
I think we know who that guy is. Anyways, but yeah, anything else you guys feel like bringing up for Dynasty Download? I know it's the very beginning of the offseason. There's a lot that's yet to happen. Adam Troutman just got dropped. Oh no.
Oh wow. I have a good topic. Quick question. Are
Sure.
there maybe players, again, full transparency, if you're willing,
Yeah.
are there maybe some players you're looking to kind of get rid of this offseason? Say, okay, I think this is maybe the tip of the mountain for them. I'm going to try and move on, cash out.
I got one.
Kyle Pitts.
Okay. Can we talk about your why did we talk about my roster? This is so unfair.
I said tip of the mountain, not under the river drowning.
Yeah,
Not
you wanna
in core of the
sell-
earth and
you wanna
nowhere near
sell
the top of the
real
mountain.
low on that on Kyle Pitts.
I've
right
sold
now.
low before, and I ended up with Mike Williams in a 2nd-round pick, so I'm not planning on doing that again. Although I don't think Najee Harris has really climbed the mountain.
No, he
being
kind
honest
of
with myself.
did the tiniest
Like,
increase. I was like, sold.
You know who's done? You know who's done? Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I might agree with that.
I don't need to go back to this, but I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about that. Absolutely.
Do you want to trade Najee Harris?
No,
Okay,
not to you. Are you inquiring? Because
I'm just curious.
I'd love to see some of the ridiculous offers you send.
Whatever. I don't want to deal with you.
Okay. I'll trade Chuba Hubbard. You want him?
Yeah, how much? What do
There
you
you go.
want?
Can I have like a third? No.
I'll give you a third for Juba Hubbard right now. Hot and fresh 2026 3rd-round pick.
There you go.
I just picked up Taysom Hill off waivers. I think that's a huge deal because Tyler was trying to fucking gouge me for him earlier this season.
Because you needed him at certain point. He had a good stretch, man.
He did. He's just
don't know.
he's so hit or miss, and when he misses, it's nothing. And when he hit, which nothing is basically what Kyle Pitts does on a weekly basis, and
Yep.
you have like 40 points on a week that he hits. So it's
Just be careful, man. You got to look out for whoever's holding Juwan Johnson right now because they're going to be kind of a threat to you. And they'll probably hold him over your head.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm trying to sell.
I have Juwan Johnson, by the way.
Oh, okay. I
That's
thought
what
Logan
I
had him.
said
Wait, Juwan Johnson? I thought you said Juwan Jennings.
that.
That's why I was excited.
It was
See,
crazy how
it's true.
fast Jake hit
Well,
the
I mean,
waiver
it does
wire
make sense.
second this league transitioned to
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, Jake was cooking up some stuff. He was ready.
I got some good assets there.
I
I got
They're
some
assets.
quality pieces.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have my QB room has improved. There's a little bit of question marks here, but I got Baker Mayfield off waivers for nothing. He was a top 10 QB.
Yeah, that's a great pickup.
If you're a team that has like a pretty good QB, and you don't really have anything else, I think he's worth something. Like I think if you want QB depth, you'd be willing to trade a second for a 28-year-old QB that is probably going to get a second contract here with the Buccaneers. So
why don't you trade me Aaron Rodgers? You don't believe in him.
Because I paid a first for him.
Oh fuck, I forgot you did that.
Oh baby.
It was a 2026 first, and I got some picks in return too. But like it was,
honestly, I can't wait. I don't want to start because I've got a great team, but rebuilding I think is going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun cooking it up, not giving a shit, just talking trash to you guys from the bottom.
You can't do that. That's not how it works.
I can do whatever I want.
I guess you can. I mean, that's up to you. That's your prerogative.
I've won enough that I can talk shit forever until you've.
I'll show you the guy that I really want to sell.
Okay, let's hear it. Oh, good luck.
Cordero Patterson, the 32-year-old gadget player who had one incredible season.
That's one that's hard to trick people with, and it's it last year, the year before?
78.
It was 2021.
2021 had a great year.
Yeah, he was the RB9.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And some of that came off some big weeks too. He wasn't like an RB9 just because he played every week. It was like some big
27 points, 34 points in week 4. I mean, it was just 3 receiving touchdowns. Like what? It's just there's a lot of guys that I've sat on. I think that I've just decided not to sell, and I probably I sat a little bit too long. But
yeah, I'm a little nervous about Keenan Allen, transparently.
Yeah. I completely understand that.
Harbaugh plays a little bit more run and intermediate passes, which, I mean, Keenan Allen's a great intermediate guy, but he's also getting old, and I don't know. I'm going to ride it out because, I don't feel like I can get a value I'd be super happy with. I don't feel like anybody's going to give me – I could definitely get a 2026 first for him. I could definitely – or maybe a first round this season, but it's just I'd rather have him, and I feel like he's just going to die on my roster.
What do you think the odds are of the Chargers going after Blake Corum? With Harbaugh as the head coach, I mean, and they have a pretty high pick.
Excuse my ignorance. Blake Corum is the running back.
Blake Corum is the RB.
They wouldn't pick the quarterback. I forgot his name.
JJ McCarthy. No, JJ McCarthy is. This is as a lifelong Michigan fan. JJ McCarthy is bad. He is. As Mac put it when we talked about it, and I agree with him. He is just faster Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
interesting.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But to answer the actual question, I do not think they will, because
they have the 105. They'd have to trade down.
He was talking today about how much he liked Austin Eckler, actually, and how he wants Austin Eckler to be the feature back.
I think Austin Eckler with Herbert there and a different scheme still has gas. I still think he's got it.
I don't know what happened there last year. Staley just stopped using him. It just didn't. I don't know what.
There was a competition and all this stuff, and they had Joshua Kelly. It was weird. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
it was even worse for me because in one of our leagues, I traded Christian McCaffrey away for Joe Mixon and Austin Eckler. So
it's weird. I mean,
I made a lot of bad trades this past year.
It happens.
What about you, Tyler? Anybody on your team that you're like, I would trade that guy?
There's a couple. I got 2 for you that might seem kind of obvious. I'm really nervous about Aaron Jones moving forward, but that feels like a bit of a sell low. Especially considering, I'm going to butcher his name. I think it was David Bakhtiari, was the starting center, or I think the left guard for the Packers. He got injured partway through the beginning of the year. I think week 5 or 6 or something. Really just tanked the production of that team on the ground. So again, I don't think I want to sell low on Aaron Jones, but he's getting up there.
29-year-old running back. I would wait until he has a big game and then trade him to somebody who on a fringe competitor.
Yeah, I think he's got next year as a really competitive year. I think he could still be great. After that, I'm not so sure. So there's one. Another guy, kind of similar wheelhouse. I'm more worried about the team composition, not necessarily his output, but Alvin Kamara is a huge question mark moving forward as
Also,
well.
somebody I saw that could go to the Ravens.
Oh, if he went to the Ravens, that would be
That'd be
bananas.
sick.
That would be bananas. I think he'd be great. So that's one to keep an eye on. A very controversial one that I've really been thinking about. I think I could cash in really big on Michael Pittman this offseason. He's a free agent. We'll see if he gets re-signed. I think depending on a lot of things, his trajectory is pretty great. So I think
wonder what
somebody can pay up
like,
for him.
I wonder what they're going to do at quarterback.
With Anthony Richardson?
Oh, Anthony Richardson's going to be back. That's right. Dude.
Yeah. I almost forgot too,
yeah.
right? So he's there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot about that. Minshew's been great, but
Minshew's been great, but he's more of a pocket passer. I think if Pittman stays with the Colts, man, we could see him have kind of a down year compared to this year.
I mean, yeah, I can see it between Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. I don't know, or it opens him up. You never, I don't know.
It could go either way, but
he's a great wide receiver. So
he's a great wide receiver. He's young. He's on a great team. I think I could really cash in this year. So I'm thinking about it.
Tyler, why are you still rostering Jarrett Stidham?
Why not?
Former Patriot.
That's fair.
There's a chance that he starts next year in Denver. It's not a great one, but there's a chance.
That's so sad.
He could be the bridge quarterback next year before they get somebody else.
I think they're gonna
start.
What's the
we have Wilson? I traded you Wilson, didn't I?
It's a quarterback. Yeah, you did. I got rid of Matthew Stafford.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I was like, I'll have a dart through veteran quarterback.
God, Denver, man.
I get Kirk Cousins back next year. Perk Thuggins.
Yeah. Perk Thuggins.
That'll be a nice one, dude. Perk Thuggins stack with if Jefferson can stay healthy for the whole year.
If Kirk Cousins stays in Minnesota too.
Would either of y'all be interested in Ayuk or Deebo Samuel? What? That's crazy.
Yeah, Brandon
I'd be interested in Ayuk. I really like Brandon Ayuk. I got rid of him because I was stacked at wide receiver. So
you could have had.
I'm just trying to diversify my portfolio a little bit, if you will. You know what I mean? It's just
I was trying to sell you on that all year. I was like, John, trade me one of these guys. You're like, nah, bro, I can start both every week. It's great. And I'm like,
I almost won a championship starting Godwin and Antonio Brown. So it doesn't win,
bro.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sorry.
I still that very first year it came down to one start, and I'll never forget Devonta Smith versus Van Jefferson. All I had to do was start Devonta Smith.
Who does that? I mean, I don't know.
It was year one. They were both. I mean, Van wasn't a rookie. Devonta was, and there's a difference of about 5 points. So
yeah.
Anyways, are you guys ready? I want you to prepare yourselves.
I hate when you pit us against each other because I'd much rather kick the shit out of you.
That's okay. Don't win a championship. Maybe if you hadn't won the championship and Tyler hadn't won, then things would be different. But
this man's implying that he's going to
quit the podcast.
He's implying he's going to beat me easily. That's what
I didn't even mean that. No, I just meant I like beating on John. I don't feel that way.
We have beef now, Jake.
No,
it's a real fight.
This has never happened.
Beat on John.
You guys have never. Whoa. Please, at least somebody would. No, it's.
I'm gonna beat on him. I'm not gonna beat this man.
I want to beat John off. No, just kidding.
Nobody wants to beat John off.
Okay. Wow.
Karma
You're right, but we didn't have to say it out loud. Welcome to the first fantasy fight of 2024.
Fantasy fights.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for the very first fantasy fight? The first real matchup between you two. And the first one that I have ever moderated. So,
is that true?
My very yeah.
Holy shit! It doesn't feel like it, but
this is uncharted waters for me. I am very excited. I hope that my questions are fair. I tried to make them fair and funny and current for the situation. So,
I like it.
Just preemptively, I'd like to congratulate Tyler on his win because John is going to be so vengeful.
Wow.
I mean, actually, you're not wrong. Is the fact that if I have to give Jake this fight, that's gonna really bother me.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
Unbiased.
No, but I'm unbiased. I'm unbiased. It's fine.
Is
the guy on the Chiefs that came straight.
I'm unbiased. I don't want Jake to win. I'm unbiased. It's fine. I don't want.
I'm unbiased. I just don't want one of my friends to win and be good.
Right. I love Jake and I love Tyler equally, especially when
John.
it comes to fantasy football. That's not true. What?
This won't bring anything back. Just remember that. So it's okay to give Jake points sometimes.
Just
It won't
remember, we're
change
all
the
still
bats.
friends at the end of the day. I'm gonna, blinders on. I don't know who you guys are. I'm just listening to the arguments.
Making
Okay.
me lose
There's
won't make you
no-
win a championship.
I can't even look at Jake's face right now because it'll make me want to choose Tyler. No. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, for those of you who haven't listened or watched a fantasy fight before, this is the segment where two dudes will face off against one another in a battle where the goal is to form the most enticing argument. It's not who I think is better in terms of the question that is being put forward to these dudes. It is who has the better argument. Each dude will be given a prompt by your unbiased moderator. 1 minute opening statement, 30-second rebuttal, and a 30-second closing argument. First dude to 2 points out of 5. Or I'm sorry. Wait, first dude to 2.
3
Yeah,
out of 5.
3 out of 5. My bad. First dude to 3
Why'd
out of
you say
5.
that like that?
I don't know why I said that. First dude to get 3 points out of 5 will win the fantasy fight. If I cannot decide a winner and it's 2-2 after the 5th question, we will go to a lightning round, and whoever has the best answers and best arguments from that lightning round will be crowned the champion. So, anyways, do I have a coin? I don't have a coin.
Tails.
Just use a virtual coin.
We want to kick. Wait, no, that's a different game. All right, virtual coin on deck. One moment here.
We want the ball.
Virtual coin flip. Don't be the Chiefs. Whoa. Okay. Who's calling it? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna
Who's away?
Since this is Tyler's first real fantasy fight, I'm gonna let him call it.
All right,
That's
Tails.
true.
All right,
Fuck
calling
you.
Tails, flipping it. Oh wait, we can definitely put this on the screen. Hold on.
Just say it's
This is
Tails. Just say it's
important.
Tails.
Yeah.
It came up Tails.
It actually
Saw
did.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but this is the real coin flip because it has to be on the screen. 'Cause that's
Fuck you.
That's
It
fair.
was recorded live. What?
It's not gonna matter, Jake.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you're calling tails or
whatever.
heads because it just
Tails.
landed heads. Tails. Okay, here we go.
100%.
It's tails.
Fucking unbelievable. It's
All
already
right, so
starting.
Tyler picked tails. Anyways, so that means Tyler has the option of choice. Does he want to go first or does he want to go second to start off the very first fantasy fight?
I want to go second.
Wow, really?
I want to go second.
That's
You know,
all right.
Wow. Shocking.
pressure's on, bro. You better have a good opener. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even know the question is yet.
Exactly.
Nobody does.
That's why it's
That's why
second.
it's fantasy fights. So I'm gonna have the timer on my phone here. Okay. I wonder. No, I can't add a timer. Oh,
Well, that would be cool.
you know what?
Visual
I don't know if
timer.
I
Yeah,
can.
you could do a little timer on here.
Let's figure this out. Visual timer. Wait.
Yeah, there you go.
This is good that we're doing this live
This?
on air.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wait.
It's gotta make it smaller.
Hey.
It's
haha.
humongous right now compared to us, but
This is a lot. So if I just do. Okay. All right. Hopefully this works. We're about to find out. So, but I don't want you guys to know how much time you have.
you gotta choose one, bro.
I'm gonna
You
be
want the audience.
I'm
to
gonna be
know, or-
researching. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna try it this way. If I don't like it, then whatever. We'll go to something else. But your very first prompt in your very first fantasy fight against one another is who had the better championship team this season? Was it Jake or was it Tyler? The catch is you have to argue for the other person's team.
Okay, so we have
using anything.
you
You
for
have
the
to-
other person's team on why their championship was objectively
Better than yours.
better.
Gonna need a moment to bring up Jake's roster here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jake's really good roster. It's super good.
Yeah, it's so great.
This is
Roster.
a really fucking good roster.
Tyler
crazy.
wins. It's crazy.
God damn.
So-
this fucking
So Jake will have his
so
first
glad I
opening
won with this.
argument for a minute here. Then we'll move on to Tyler. But
Okay, hold on.
Jake,
hold
you
on.
let me
I'm
know.
a little slow here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna cook.
Fuck. This is gonna be a tough one. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Hold on. I just gotta find the playoff bracket for.
We're not sponsored by Bahia Principe Hotels and Resorts, by the way, guys. It's just
amazing.
What about Flonase? Can we get a Flonase?
We are sponsored by Flonase. Yeah. And also, I've still not heard back from Dude Wipe, so that's bothering me.
That's too bad.
That's
opportunity.
Great though. What?
Did you guys know that Mark Cuban owns a quarter of Dude Wipes?
Wow, that doesn't surprise me somehow.
That's one of his best investments, surprisingly, on Shark Tank.
There you go.
So I'm basically wiping my ass with Mark Cuban's money, or he's wiping his ass with mine.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that.
That was a lot. That was a lot going on.
That was a lot to say out loud.
I don't have toilet paper in my house.
Oh, okay. All right.
You let me know when you're ready.
So I'm arguing why his team's better, really.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes,
okay.
that's why.
Right.
You have to argue for Tyler's team over yours and say why yours is bad. Or not bad, but worse. Whatever you let me know when you're ready.
This is freaking tough. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, you start off with a genius move that Tyler made, which was picking up Isaiah Likely. Had he not had Isaiah Likely, he might not have made it into the playoffs, which is a really big deal because he needed that boost at tight end, after losing Mark Ingram, and his other options were not great. So that's a genius move to get in there. Otherwise, he's got CeeDee Lamb, who is the wide receiver 1 on the season. Lamar Jackson, who is just, as we know, could win you any week, QB4. Travis Etienne really put on the gas on the end of the season, 25-point week, incredible roster. And then you have guys like DK Metcalf and Mike Evans. Mike Evans was sneaky wide receiver 7, and Tyler's got him in his flex. And then to top it off, you've got Justin Tucker. Guy can win you any week, kicker 2 on the season. And, his worst piece is Alvin Kamara, who's still RB11. Come on.
That's time. All right. Great opening argument, Jake. Good stuff. It's good to hype up your friends every now and then, don't you think?
No,
Of course it is.
Okay. Tyler, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and let me know and I'll count you in.
One quick clarifying question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we arguing about championship week, or are we arguing about the quality of the roster over the entire season?
I would go with that. I would say quality overall.
I read it as
team
the
overall.
second.
All right, fair enough.
Yep. Yeah, let me know.
Cool.
You want to count you in?
No, go for it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Jake's team is a championship winning team, and it's been consistent over the entire season. Mr. Consistent, Brock Purdy, off of waivers. Lamar Jackson was pretty boomer bust, so don't love that. Austin Eckler, again, really consistent, had a rough stretch down the back, but that's a first round pick running back. CeeDee Lamb is a wash. He's on both teams, so I'm not even going to cover him. But Jake also had Justin Jefferson, which the magnitude of him coming back for the last 4 weeks there just can't be overstated enough. Brandon Ayuk with the Brock Purdy stack too in the flex is disgusting. Trey McBride is a far and away better quality option than Isaiah Likely was throughout the course of the season. Number 7 tight end. And he talked about kickers. Harrison Butker had 24 points in week 17, single-handedly won him the championship. So this team has 2 alpha wide receiver 1s, Austin Eckler and James Cook. How do you beat this?
Awesome. Really, really, really good, Tyler. Arguably better than, no, I'm just kidding. Really good. Both great opening arguments for the other person's teams. You guys came out firing. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go to Jake's rebuttal, 30-second rebuttal. Let me adjust our clock here. And Jake, you let me know when you're ready for your 30-second rebuttal.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, my team for the league record was not in any way, shape, or form as comparable as Tyler's team was in Dynasty, because Tyler's team is the best overall team. They had the best overall record, and they were top 3 in points for. My team barely made it into the playoffs. I came in second, but by a margin of 1 win. Had I had 1 less win, I would have never even made playoffs. Tyler was absolutely crushing it. On top of that, he's quoting players like Austin Eckler, who some are saying the biggest bust of the season.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jake. Tyler, would you like to give us your rebuttal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Go right ahead. And starting now.
Austin Eckler would have been arguably the best running back on my dynasty team because he had 5 weeks over 20 points. Yes, he was boomer bust, but he absolutely boomed. You also have Isaiah Pacheco, who you could slot in every single week. The ceiling on this team is unmatched with CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson and Brandon Ayuk, Target Hog and Trey McBride. And this team didn't barely make playoffs. We're not comparing the rosters of the leagues. It's just this team.
Awesome. Okay. Both very solid rebuttals, guys. But I think it is, for me, going to come down to this closing statement, so make sure it's good. I'll leave it to you, Jake. 30 seconds starting.
Give me no, hold on. Give me just
whenever
1 second.
you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Austin Eckler would not in any way, shape, or form been the best running back on his team. He had Alvin Kamara, like I already said, RB11. He had Travis Etienne, RB3. On top of that, Tyler's talking about a team that nearly was perfect, 13-1 in the regular season, comparing it to a 9-6 team that barely squeaked into the playoffs because every other team had one less win. That's ridiculous. Tyler's team, by far, is a better roster. You can't even talk about CeeDee Lamb because both our teams have him, so that means nothing.
Time. Okay. Very good, Jake. Let's go ahead and give it over to Tyler for his closing argument. Whenever you're ready, buddy.
Just a moment here. All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, when you look at my roster, you also have to remember that there's 2 flex positions in Dynasty when there's only 1 in League of Record. Now, yes, you don't have to talk about CeeDee Lamb, but the acquisition of this means there's 2 alpha wide receivers in those positions, and you're rocking Brandon Ayuk, who's considerably better than DK Metcalf was on my team. Now, you're talking about over the course of the season, the Dynasty team had a better record. This team right here that I'm looking at has better quality players at every single position.
And that's time. Okay. Both very strong arguments came out of the gates firing from both of you guys. I'm going to start with you, Tyler. I think you got off to a really, really good start here, talking about how Jake's team had like powerhouse wide receivers, JJ, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, that stack with Brock Purdy and Ayuk turned out to be pretty insane over the course of the season. And he came out with obviously Trey McBride as well, who just kind of came out of nowhere and just fucking killed it for fantasy. And I think you made a good point saying that, you know, Lamar Jackson on your fantasy team was kind of boomer bust. So, you know, that could be a demerit to your dynasty team overall. And then Jake did come in there and make some really good points about how, you know, Lamar Jackson could be a weak winner. ETN was incredible. Evans, sneaky wide receiver 7. I mean, as like your wide receiver 4 on your team, you know, a really good team as well for dynasty. But I think Jake did make a really good point saying that overall your dynasty team 13-1 was arguably better. I mean, it's record, but he did make this point in his argument versus his team that, you know, was on the cusp by 1 win or loss of missing playoffs at 9-6. And CeeDee Lamb being a wash, I kind of agree with that because, you know, you both had him, so it doesn't necessarily make one team better versus the other. This was a tough one. I'm not going to lie, but I think that point in particular did put me over the edge. I think that he made a really good argument saying that. So I think I have to sadly give this one to Jake for the first round.
Nice.
Sorry, were you saying that the thing that pushed you over the edge was him mentioning CeeDee Lamb?
No. It was the fact that he said that your team was just an absolute juggernaut, barely lost a matchup all season. Like, it's just, you know, that's a really tough place to put you in.
Yeah,
I understand.
Fair enough.
But yeah, his team did actually almost missed the playoffs. So it's
Yeah, I had shit luck this season. I really won this because of like both our teams were amazing, but I won despite the bad luck I had in the league record.
Something I should have brought up too, which might have even hurt my argument, was the fact that Austin Eckler and Justin Jefferson missed like half the season.
Yeah, you didn't attack Christian McCaffrey as much as I thought you were going to, like the RB1.
He's not on your league record team.
Yeah, he is.
I don't see him on your roster anywhere.
Isn't he? Wait, did I look at the wrong?
You have
Oh,
a
I looked at Dynasty. That was my bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
this is where it's
you're right.
confusing because you're arguing for the other person.
Yeah, it got
So
super confusing.
for the listeners, that's going to be impossible.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
for
a
anybody
nightmare.
that's not in our
That
league,
was
that's not gonna
terrible.
make-
Oh
it's not
god.
going to make any sense. So apologies, but basically, Tyler was arguing
Hey.
for Jake's team.
They got the rundown of the rosters in our opening statements. So
You did. And I didn't even look at the roster because I know your rosters in the back of my head, so it didn't matter for me.
I know key players, but sometimes I forget who's on each other's team, like smaller
Yeah.
guys.
like Juwan Johnson.
yeah.
Anyways, so
I
Jake,
thought you said Juwan Jennings.
Jake is up 1-0 going
Nice.
into question number 2. A little bit more of an easier question, I think, but here we go. The question is and you guys can leave this in the chat if you guys want, or you can shout it out. It's totally fine with me. Whatever's easier for you guys. I'll leave the chat open. Which breakout 2023 rookie will have an even better season in 2024?
Wilson.
Who?
Garrett Wilson.
He's not a rookie.
Fuck,
in
he's not a rookie.
2023.
That's right.
Jameer Gibbs. That's a good one. Oh, can I
Okay.
change it? Can I change it? Apologies.
Ooh,
I'm looking at a list.
If he put down a thing,
I
in
mean,
the
you just
chat,
got to.
you'd
You
take
said
it.
Garrett Wilson. You would have to argue about somebody who's not a rookie.
That's fine. I would be able to make such a good argument that Garrett Wilson's gonna have a good year this year.
Oh,
The unbiased moderator. Man, I'm gonna say you have to stick with Jameer Gibbs.
fair enough.
I think that's fair. You did shout it out. And I feel like that would make it so Jake can't take Jameer Gibbs. So maybe he would want to, and then we can't. So
I probably would. No, probably not.
if you don't take Jameer Gibbs, then I'll allow Tyler to pick somebody else.
No, I'm not taking. No, boo.
Why can't I pick somebody? You said Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Tyler has to take Joe Mixon now.
Can I tell you who my pick would be?
You have to let Jake pick first.
Okay, go ahead, Jake.
Tank Dell.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Jake going with Take Dell. That's his breakout rookie. That's also going to be better in 2024. What do you got, Tyler? Was that the one?
It was not.
Okay. I'll allow it then.
Oh,
I feel like I know.
I'm
who you're
second
going
guessing myself. Well, because the catches, they have to be even better in 2024.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and fight fire with fire here. I'm going to pick Zay Flowers.
with.
Ooh.
Oh, boo, boo!
Have fun arguing against Zay Flowers.
I know all the great arguments against it. He was just in a domestic dispute.
Oh,
very
wow.
good.
That could
He's going
work.
to be even better, dude.
could
He's
work
fired
against
up
your
for the
argument.
next season.
So, Jake, you will have to have the initial opening argument here, and Tyler's going to finish. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Tyler has to
yeah.
have the first opening argument. My mistake about Zay Flowers. And just so you guys know, for the opening argument, you cannot say anything negative about the other person's player. It is just talking about your player.
What? You
When it
can't
comes
say
to the
anything
rebuttal and
negative?
the closing argument, you can start
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the other player as well. But this
Okay,
is just
gotcha.
your introduction to your player and why they're going to be better.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I'll bring the timer back up. Very obnoxious looking timer. But here we are,
Hey, it works.
regardless. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Tyler, and we can go ahead and get started.
Give me just a moment here. I'm trying to figure out how to freaking pull this up. It's so difficult in League View sometimes to pull up somebody's profile on Sleeper.
It's
I have to,
also
click through like 85 things.
it's also a pain on the computer.
This is true. All right, cool. I'm ready.
Okie dokie. Tyler, 3, 2, 1, go.
Zay Flowers had a good 2023, but he's going to have an even better 2024 because there's plenty of room for improvement in his game and his connection with Lamar Jackson. Zay Flowers looked up to Lamar Jackson when they both grew up in South Florida, and Lamar Jackson kept an eye on Zay Flowers a little bit, and he's quickly established himself as the wide receiver 1 for the Baltimore Ravens, and they're not looking to bring anybody in next year. They hit with Zay Flowers big time. OBJ, yes, he's a great talent, but he's on the decline. He's getting out of there. Rashad Bateman proved that he couldn't be that alpha guy. And this connection is only going to get stronger as the years go on, as Jake would know as a Ravens fan. So Zay Flowers, his target share is kind of down, even with Mark Andrews out. So, getting to spread that coverage more next year and looking his way, Lamar knows he can trust him now. It's going to be dynamite next year.
All right, Tyler. Really, really solid opening argument. Let's move on to our boy Jakelers for his opening argument on Tank Dell.
I'm ready to go whenever you are.
All right, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute starting now.
First thing I want to say is offensive rookie of the year in CJ Stroud. That's who is supplying Tank Dell. Love Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson is a run first. He tried to be pass first this season, and it's just not the same as CJ Stroud. Second thing, you're seeing a player who has only experienced a handful of real NFL games, and in most of those games, he's gone for over 100 yards and had 10 plus receptions. That's unbelievable. That is an ascending offense as a whole. When you ask the question, who's going to be better next year, you need to pick a player that is not at their ceiling. This player, Tank Dell, has missed a bunch of time. He's on an ascending offense, and he has the talent to do it. And he's not likely going to see the one coverage because Nico Collins is more of that big body receiver that can fight a mismatch, whereas Tank Dell is going to stretch the field and get these receptions.
Okay. Jakelers coming in hot with his opening argument. But Tyler, you of course have your rebuttal. So let's see what you can make of it, buddy. Whenever you are ready, let me know.
In just a moment here. Just formulate my thoughts a little bit.
Is anybody nervous? Because I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
I'm a little
I want
nervous.
to be unbiased and nice and friendly to everybody, but also make sure it's a good fight for the listeners. So it's a tough balance here. I feel like I'm on an elevator that is like missing a strand to hold it up straight. You know what I mean?
A strand? Is that what you think that's called?
I'm not an elevator person. Maybe
you big elevator guy? You like elevators?
My mom worked for an elevator company for 20
Mr.
years.
Otis over here.
Yep, just call me Otis. You know how it is.
All right. Well, I feel totally calm and confident.
Jake, I do feel like I might have to cancel out one argument you made in your opening statement because you did talk about CJ Stroud. Or you did talk about Lamar for a second.
But that's not. I didn't mention the player. I talked about a situational piece. I don't know.
I don't think it hurts your argument that much. I'm just saying that you did talk about Lamar.
Okay, the whole point was Stroud. So just as long as you're still considering Stroud, that's the real piece.
That part's a little bit
offensive rookie of the year, Stroud on the ascending offense.
That's totally understandable. That's totally fine. Just because Tyler didn't talk about the Texans at all, so
yeah,
okay, that's his prerogative. All right,
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, Tyler. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Zay Flowers' only competition in the receiving game is Mark Andrews, which sounds like a lot. But when you're comparing it to the spread the ball around Houston offense that's still getting figured out, we don't know how that's going to shake out. Also, the thing with Tank Dell is that he broke his leg last year in week 13 against Denver. We don't know how he's going to recover. He's a speedster. That's his main asset. And he's hit his ceiling. He's hit 14 targets in a couple of these games. I don't see how it gets better.
Okay. All right, Jake, whenever you are ready, let me know, and we will start your rebuttal.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Zay Flowers is on the 30th pass attempt offense, the 12th pass TD, and the 21st pass yards. You're comparing him to a guy who is on an offense where they're getting the 4th most passing yards. I wouldn't have any concern about the injury because all that does is leave more room for him to be even better next year, which is what this fight is really about. Zay Flowers' competition is not just Mark Andrews. If it were just Mark Andrews, he would have done a lot better when he went out, but he didn't. It's other veterans on that team and Isaiah Likely, and I don't think he has room for a higher ceiling.
Damn.
Oh, does that hurt, Jake? Does that hurt to say? Oh,
Hey, look, you guys got to be you guys got to be realistic about the Pats sometimes. I know what the team is.
Damn, Jake. All right, coming in hot, both of you guys. I'm gonna let Tyler do his closing argument here. Whenever he is ready.
give me just a moment here.
Is there bonus points for taking more time? Tyler's racking them up.
You
Yeah, I
guys
don't
just
think- I
were
don't think he's
chatting
taking that
last
much
time. So
I really don't think he's taking
Yeah,
that
we
much
were
it's
time.
not
shoot-
that much
I-
time. You were
I
shooting
thought
the
we were
shit.
just
You're just
filling
giving me
air.
time.
I thought we were filling air.
I mean, I'm also trying to like formulate who I think is giving a better argument while Tyler's deciding when to give his. So this is equally as hard for me.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. You have my full attention in 3, 2, 1, go.
Jake said that Tank Dell's injury leaves him more room for improvement. Just think about that for a second. That's less time to train and get better, so I'm not really sure how that works. And also, speaking of improvement, if the Baltimore Ravens were the 31st most passing offense this year, they're gonna improve their passing game next year. That's how it works. Todd Monken coming in as the second year of the OC, they're gonna get things figured out. And Zay Flowers is that guy. He's reliable, and Lamar's looking his way all the time.
Okay. And Jake, whenever you're ready for your closing argument.
Hold on. All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
The spirit of the argument is who can be better than they were last year. That's why I brought up the fact that his injury matters to that, because his ceiling is not there because he didn't reach it because he didn't play enough games. What we're comparing here is a guy who is on a bottom tier passing offense who had the other top option missing. And you're going to tell me that this isn't his ceiling, like it's going to get better than this? I just don't see that happening. They are a top rushing offense. They're one of the best. That's what they're going to continue to do. Whereas they're going to pass it in the Texans. He's going to see more work.
Oh my God. This is so hard, man. This is really, really hard. You guys both had it really.
The negative effect of you picking Zay Flowers is I know what to say.
That's true. He knows so much about the Ravens that he
That's
can
fair.
come back and say anything he wants. Because, oh, that's tough. Okay, man. Tyler, I think you had some really strong opening arguments. Zay does have a really good connection with Lamar Jackson. Obviously one of the best QBs in the NFL and probably one of the best rookie receivers to come into the league this season. I liked your argument about how they grew up in South Florida, so they just have this connection somehow. It's like, I don't know if that's true, but I liked what you said.
It is true.
They both can just connect. Oh, South Florida sucks.
It is
ass.
true.
Like,
Lamar played football at the same time as Zay Flowers' older brother, and that's how they know each other.
okay, and I also did like your argument. OBJ sucks. He's bad. He was not good this season. And the Ravens. You didn't say this, but the Ravens
I have so much more.
did pay too much for him. Bateman has proved to not be that great. So good opening arguments there. And then obviously Jake, I think you did have some really good ones as well. Talking about how Tank Dell was really good, 10 plus receptions in some games, if not more. And he did get hurt, and we didn't really get to see what he could do. So who's to say that he can't improve upon that? But Tyler did come back with some good arguments as well, saying Tank Dell broke his leg. Who's to say that that argument isn't going to slow him down because he's a speedster? Another great argument. And then Jake, I mean, you came back again and said, that Zay is on a low pass offense, 31st in the NFL. The Houston's are top 5, so it's like it's tough. So yeah, you put me in a really tough spot here. I think Tyler's closing argument was like, yeah, the 31st in in the NFL. They're going to improve. But he didn't also say, like, Tank Dell is their fourth. Are they going to really be better than, the fourth or fifth overall pass offense in the league? Is that going to transfer to Tank Dell being better? Man, this is a really tough one, you guys. It's so even.
I'm going to go ballistic. I'm putting a hole in the concrete.
I really do think that Jake's argument about how, Tank Dell, he just didn't play enough games. That's true. I mean, I'd be very surprised if he didn't have a better season going forward with CJ Stroud in his second year. Rookie of the year. It's just.
I should have picked somebody who got hurt too then, because they played less games, so they statistically have to be better.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I hate, I don't like. I don't like injury being a part of it, but
I just think Zay Flowers' ceiling was there. I think we saw what the guy's going to be, which is a very good wide receiver, but not.
You didn't say this, but I think he's better for the NFL than fantasy. You know what I mean? And we are those.
I mean, I said it
dudes.
in so many words by talking about the low pass offense, but booming, like, it's a high pass red zone. Like they get passes in the red zone, but it's not. I don't know. I just think you've seen his ceiling. I think that's the key. That's my biggest key is, like, you haven't seen that for Tank. You have for Flowers, but it's your decision.
Tank Dell's not even the wide receiver one on the Texans.
I think he outscored Nico Collins all those weeks that he played.
I don't think he did. Oh, in the weeks that he played, you might be right. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
On the season, no.
No, on the season, definitely not, because he missed like half the season. But no,
he
outscored him the weeks he was injured.
I think I have to give this one to Jake. I really do. I hate it. It bothers me a lot.
I think that was a tough spot that Tyler put himself in with Zay Flowers. I don't know.
I think it's a tough argument that because a guy got hurt, he literally has to be.
But it's not. No, it's not.
It's a good argument, though.
That's not the only argument
because it's true. Like
it's because
like,
he was
of course,
because he was really good before the injury. Is the point? Like I even think, I don't know. It's tough to say. That is probably his ceiling. I think if he plays the entire season, we see that.
I truly don't see the Raven. Why would they, like, the running game worked? They got like 13 wins.
And
like,
Mark Andrews is coming back. I didn't even hammer that. I should have hammered it more, but
yeah, it was the closest. It's really close, I think. But yeah, Jake did swim me a little bit with that. Sadly, the stupid fucking injury argument. It does make sense to me. So, anyways, 2-0. Tyler, I've come back from worse, so don't you worry. It's not a big deal. I've also been up 2-0 and lost, so it is what it is. Moving on to the third question here. This is more of an NFL question, so maybe it'll be easier for anyways. The third question, Jacob 2-0, is which AFC team has the best chance of beating KC and making it to the Super Bowl in 2024? Which AFC team has the best chance of beating Kansas City and making it to the Super Bowl in 2024? Tell me why.
All right.
And
I mean, this one's obvious. I feel like I don't even have to tell you.
Jake is going to start this one.
I feel like it's obvious. That's interesting.
You can put it. Yeah, you can put it in the chat if you want. Are we talking?
Okay, I think I know what he's alluding to here.
I mean, I feel like you'd be stupid to not make that assumption.
Who's going Patriots? Me?
That's fair.
Yeah, Patriots.
Imagine making that argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I argue no one?
Wow.
Can I argue that I think the Chiefs will just win the fucking Super Bowl again next year, or at least come out as the best team in the AFC?
I don't think I can allow that.
I don't want to take that.
There has to be somebody. That's a really annoying argument.
Sorry, but that's my true opinion.
Who has the best chance? Jake hasn't given an answer. You could shout a team out right now.
Oh, Ravens.
Oh, okay.
I felt like that. I was alluding to it. I felt like that was kind of obvious who I was going to take for an AFC team that just had an incredible run, ended by the Chiefs where they could have won.
Because the Ravens are fucking stupid.
Shut up.
They were in that game, sadly. Lamar, he could have run it so many times and he didn't. He's like, I'm a passing QB now. I'm gonna wait on Tyler. Jake with the
Okay.
Ravens.
I'm going to go Bengals.
Oh. Okay. Ravens, Bengals. Jake will start with his opening argument. He has 1 minute. Starting whenever he's ready.
Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. I'm going to first start off by talking about the fact that Tyler chose a team with
Nope. Can't talk about the Bengals
Yep,
yet.
you're right.
Opener.
Ravens are the first team to lead the league in points allowed with 16.5, sacks 60, and 31 takeaways. They're going into next season with roughly the same team. On top of that, you have a near unanimous 2-time MVP leading the team. That alone should set it apart. We just talked about Zay Flowers and how amazing he has been. You're getting back Mark Andrews. They made the playoff push without Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely was able to develop. Your offense is only growing, and they're going to add more pieces in the draft this year. I think that you would be stupid to pick any other team other than the Ravens to take it to Kansas City. They almost won this year, except for a few small mistakes, and the NFL obviously rigging it against the Ravens because Kansas City makes them more money. I think if things had gone a different way, they would have won.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have the timer on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I had no
my
idea.
bad.
That's actually super helpful to have on the screen.
Yeah. No. Okay. Great opening argument, Jake Lurs. Tyler, I will allow you to take it away whenever you see fit.
Okay, so I can't talk about the Ravens.
You cannot. We're talking about your choice, the Bengals. What's
Okay.
this? All right.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
When you said who has the best chance of beating the Chiefs, why would you pick anyone else other than the Bengals? Because you know who's beaten the Chiefs and gone to the Super Bowl? The Bengals. Joe Burrow. They've had a rough year this past year, and you know it's going up from here because they're going to retain T. Higgins. They're going to franchise tag him, almost guaranteed. So he's coming back. They have $53 million in cap space. They're almost assuredly going to draft Brock Bowers by the way that things are going, or they're going to pick up a tight end in free agency. They're going to increase the quality of their offensive line, and they're going to scheme. They're ready to play Patrick Mahomes. They've beat him before. So you need to pick a team that has been there, done that. And the Bengals, when they're playing the Chiefs, they have been there and they have done that, and they've gone to the Super Bowl.
Awesome, Tyler. Okay. Very solid opening arguments from both of you. And I'm going to allow Jake to hit me with his rebuttal in just a moment here.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1, go.
The Bengals have one of the worst defenses in football right now. I think you cannot overstate that when you're talking about who is most likely to beat the Chiefs. It's going up against Patrick Mahomes, and we saw the Ravens with a team that will be the same next year fighting Patrick Mahomes and winning. It was not the defense that lost that game. It was offensive mistakes. The Bengals could not do that, and they would not keep themselves in there in order for Joe Burrow and the offense to do anything. And also, draft picks here don't matter.
Time. All right. Tyler, whenever you are ready, let me know.
Give me just a moment.
Tyler, when you were moderating, you didn't also take notes really fast, did you?
No, I just kept it all in the dome, baby.
That's crazy. I can't do that. That's not physically possible for me.
I have
okay. I can
a
write
touch
really
of
fast.
something. That's why I can do that. So don't feel too bad.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about it, but we are sponsored by Autism Speaks.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. Here
A
we go.
real
interesting
show.
Take it away here, Tyler.
I'm ready.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
The Bengals defense was bad because they were always on the field because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were both hurt this year. So it doesn't matter. Lamar Jackson is maybe the biggest choke artist in the playoffs that we have seen in a long time. 2-4. And you know who they just played this year? You know what's not going to change that much next year? They just played the Chiefs this year. Lamar Jackson threw it into triple coverage 2 or 3 times, had a historically bad performance. I don't think he's going to shrug that off and suddenly get better against the Chiefs next year.
Okay. Solid rebuttals from both of you guys. Jake, let me know when you're ready for your closing argument.
All right, I'm ready for my closing argument.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
The Ravens' loss to the Chiefs this year was predicated highly on missed calls by the staff. The real key here is that defenses win championships, and the Ravens have shown every year that they are an incredible defense. Another part of Tyler's argument is that T. Higgins is leaving and they're going to bring these guys in. That is all falsehoods. We can only speak to what is true, and that is that the Ravens, if things had gone a different way, they very well could have. It was a very close game. I think any given day they have a shot.
Time. That's time. Okay. All right. Both very good arguments there. Tyler with the Bengals. Jake.
Don't I-
with the
don't I get a closer?
Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Am I
sorry.
tripping? Okay.
No, you do. I'm so sorry
I
about
was
that.
like,
Tyler.
wait.
Sorry about that. Okay,
You're
no,
good?
you didn't give your closer. My bad.
Yeah. No, fair
Go
enough.
ahead, Tyler, whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Jake said that the Ravens lost because of missed calls by the referees. So that speaks for itself. Incredible defense. Why didn't they beat the Chiefs this year? And even if their defense is incredible, Lamar Jackson is going to throw 20 for 37 with another interception like he did last time. The Bengals have maybe the best air connection in the NFL with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. You cannot replicate that anywhere else. And once they're both healthy and firing on all cylinders, they're going to beat the Chiefs. They've done it before.
Okay. Really good arguments from both of you guys. I think that I do have probably the clearest winner of any round so far. And I think this one did come as a little bit of a surprise because there was a clear choice in my mind, but I do think that one of you guys did sway me more than the other. And I think with Tyler's opening argument, he started by saying, pick a team that has done it before because nobody else has done it other than the Patriots and Joe Burrow and the Bengals. And Lamar has yet to really prove himself in the playoffs. He always fucks it up, and Tyler did make that argument time and time again. He, throws in a triple coverage. He doesn't run when he's supposed to, and they just find a way to lose, even with that incredible defense that Jake did talk about here. And they do have a good defense. Jake, the arguments about the refs and how, they might not sign T. Higgins, I just don't think that was powerful enough of an argument to outweigh what
I don't know.
Tyler said.
They don't beat the Chiefs without T. Higgins, and that's all I'm saying. They won by 3 points, but I didn't include that in my argument. I should have.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe because Tyler did make arguments about, they're going to prove
he was the leading receiver.
Line, they're going to get a tight end.
He doubled Jamar Chase's yards. I should have said all this in the fight. I didn't. It doesn't change the outcome. I was just that's saying.
Fine. And Tyler did. I think Tyler did argue against that as well by saying, Jamar Chase. They have other assets. And the real duo is Chase and Joe Burrow. So I think I am going to have to go with Tyler in this one. I think he had the better argument.
All right.
Saved the sweep. Thank God.
There you go. Not a sweep.
That's
okay.
all I care about.
I'm glad because we can keep going to more questions. So that's what I'm all about here.
Right.
Good job, guys.
People
Good job,
don't have enough
Tyler.
content.
Thanks.
Tyler, you just won your very first question in Fantasy Fights.
I did it. Oh
No,
my God.
he fought you previously.
Yeah, I thought I got one up on you before.
Hey, shut up. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, that's why you keep trying
That doesn't
to
count, yeah.
revisionist
That was
history over here.
I swear to go find it and prove it to me because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys having fun?
Yeah, having a blast.
Great.
Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Yeah, I'm a big Bengals fan. Quote me on that.
I can root for the Bengals because it's like such a non-offensive team.
Fuck that. Fuck the Bengals.
I don't know.
Division rivals.
I guess that's like us. That's like Jake being like, I love the Bills for us.
I mean,
It
I
just
do have a
doesn't-
soft spot for the Jets. I got to be honest. I love a team that's
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, fuck the Jets.
You and oh god,
I wanna see them
Who did
fail.
they honor when you went to the game?
DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
DeBrickashaw Ferguson, all-time football name.
Dude,
You can't root
all-time.
against that.
DeBrickashaw Ferguson is objectively the greatest football name of all time.
I saw a clip the other day. I forget which. Keegan Michael Key. Yeah, it's not the
Yeah.
director.
Yeah.
I saw a clip the other day. The reason that they did that sketch with all the college player names was
Is
because they were
DeBrickashaw.
talking about DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
Yeah.
I thought that was
What?
awesome. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
funny, dude.
I'm
That's
pretty sure
pretty
they say DeBrickashaw Ferguson in one of the sketches.
they might have. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of DeBrickashaw Ferguson, it's time for our next fantasy fight question.
Oh, please let me argue for DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
I don't know what you would say about him other than you know his name and he was on the Jets. Tell me
Best
one thing
name.
about his career right now.
He's in the Jets Ring of Honor.
Okay, that's post career, so wrong.
Pretty good.
But anyways, okay. Question 4. Tyler, you can tie it up. Jake, you could win. If
Sweet.
given the opportunity, which NFL job would you excel at the most if you weren't a player?
Which NFL job? Like any
job. You could be a fucking ticket seller person. You could be a janitor at the stadium. What job
Wait.
would you excel at the most and why?
Okay.
You could be a coach. You could be a head coach. You could be in the graphics department.
Dude, this isn't fair. I've seen Tyler sling dogs like nobody's business.
It's true.
Man can
Dog
sell a
slinger.
hot dog.
You know, this is a very wide open question. You know, there's a lot of different choices you could pick here. I just wanted to see where you would go with it. So you let me know.
This is a tough one.
Did Jake just Google NFL jobs?
No.
Okay. I got one.
Okay.
So this can be. So it's just a job in the NFL, not necessarily for the team.
Any job.
Any job in the NFL.
I'm gonna be the guy on the sideline with the parametric mic, like the big, huge dome mic, recording sound. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna be the fucking mascot.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
This is an uphill battle already, Tyler.
Okay.
Try to sell operating a dome more than being the mascot.
Okay. I'm going
So
to.
Tyler's
worry
the
about it.
audio guy with the dome, and
Yep.
Jake's the mascot. Okay, I love it. All right, Tyler, you're gonna lead us off here with your
Oh.
opening argument
Just
for
shoot me in the
being
head instead. That would be
audio
better.
dome guy. Whenever you are ready, let me get this
Put the
timer
clock
ready
up.
to go. All right, Tyler. 3,
All right.
2, 1, go.
Fellas, the production of an NFL game is what we see. It's what we absorb as fans. It is everything that we know. Is what comes through that television set on Sunday at 1 p.m. And you know what's a huge part? What's literally one half of that part is audio. Audio is a fantastic world where you're going to hear somebody get their jaw broken on the field, if I'm doing my job correctly. That's exciting stuff. You're not going to hear any action without the man in the trenches on the sideline, dodging balls, dodging players, dodging maybe, hot dogs. And it's so important that we get that field noise as fans so that we can really have a true game experience. Because without that field noise, without hearing the players crash into one another, it's doesn't have as much meaning as it would.
Okay.
John, can I have you
Interesting.
reiterate the question for me?
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. If given the opportunity, which NFL job would you excel at the most if you weren't a player?
Got it. All right. I'm ready when you are.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think anybody who knows me knows that one of the best things about me is when I am on your side. You know you've got unwavering support when I am on your side, and that's what you need from a mascot. A mascot is their defined responsibilities are entertaining and engaging the audience. Come on. You guys know me. Fostering team spirit. Who's the loudest guy around? Creating a lively atmosphere in the stadium. All of those things are me. That is something I can do well. In fact, on top of that, I can fill out a costume. So not only do I look the part, but I am the fucking part. And that's the question here. The question here is, what can you excel at, and what could you do? What could I do better than what's going on in the NFL? Not what can I do, it's what can I do better. And I could be the best mascot out there. You put me in Pat the Patriot, they're winning every fucking game. So I think realistically, that is the best thing that I could do in the NFL, is to be the mascot, foster that team spirit, and really get everyone fired up.
Damn. Well, how about that, Tyler?
You're showing your bias, Mr.
No, I don't have
Moderator.
any bias. My bias was toward you.
What the fuck
I'm
was
biased
that?
toward you.
You're like, oh, that was pretty good, huh, Tyler? Try and match that, fucking bitch.
What? I mean, I
That's
just
what
want
you
you to
just said to
know.
me.
Come on, bring it. Let's
Just
go.
call it. Just call it. I don't
I'm
care.
not calling anything. I'm not calling anything. Tyler, come at Jake. Why are you a better audio guy than he is?
Yeah, beat on the mascot, Tyler.
Beat the shit out of this fucking
what
Pat
the fuck?
Patriot right now.
Good lord. Are you gonna change that to 30 seconds, or are you get a full minute?
I'm gonna give you a minute. No, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds.
Oh God. Give me a second here. That's ridiculous. This is the pizza argument all over again.
Yeah, it is.
Tyler, just remember, you have a fucking degree in audio. Jake has never been a mascot in his life.
What the
I
fuck?
appreciate
Don't give
that.
him hints.
I appreciate
I'm just okay.
That's
listen.
just a fact. bro.
That's so unbiased. You're like, hey, here's some stuff you could talk about that might
You could
sway
say
me.
this and it might sway me.
Fucking John.
All right, Tyler.
All right, I'm
Whenever you're
ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jake's talking about looking like the part. I'm the pastiest, baldest white dude in the world. Tell me that that's not every single guy on the sideline with a mic. I am extremely qualified to hold a microphone and know where to point it because, as John alluded to, that is what I do. So, audio guys, stand up and fight. Now, Jake could be a decent mascot, but he doesn't have any experience doing it. He doesn't know what it's like yet. I have experience holding a microphone. So there you go.
Just reiterate everything I just said. All right. Jake, whenever you're ready.
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, what you said is the only thing I can argue, John. That's what I was gonna say.
Pretty
All right,
accurate,
all right,
yeah.
I'm
That's
ready.
fair. There's no denying that. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tyler says I have no experience as a mascot. Little does he know that I volunteered with the Red Cross in a large red blood cell suit. So I have some experience being a mascot. I also have a lot of experience with firing people up. I worked for student activities in school. I knew what it takes to fire up a crowd. I think that Tyler is just trying to poke holes in my experience because he picked a job that, look, you know what? A lot of people can point a mic, but can people really fire up a crowd and get them to root for their team?
All right, Tyler. You got a 30-second closing argument whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, take it away.
The question is, what would you be better at than anybody else? I know that I can be in there young with enthusiasm, get some of the old heads out of the audio world on the NFL sideline and be the absolute best audio guy and have the swift feet to get out of the way and not get absolutely knocked out like some of them do. Jake is competing against hardcore college athletes. These guys might have been D1 athletes and they're like doing sprints in the pregame. They're like trucking kids in games and stuff. So I know I'm the best at what I do. Is Jake the best at that?
Okay. All right. This is so hard. Okay. Jake, whenever you're ready, feel free to take it away.
All right,
3,
ready.
2, 1, go.
The question is not what could I do better than anybody else. It's what would I excel at? And I don't think for a second that you would excel at this job better than anybody in the NFL. Just as I don't think I would be the best mascot, but I'll tell you what, I'd be a better mascot than you would be an audio guy because I've got the fucking fire inside of me to fire up a crowd and get them excited. You know, both of you know firsthand that the first thing you want to be is having me on your side. You don't want me against you. You would hate to see me in a mascot as an opposing team. Yeah, that feels right.
Yep. Yeah.
This is so tough. I think that honestly, both of you guys really, really did genuinely have some good arguments. Damn. I really like Tyler's pasty and white and bald audio guy argument. That was
He was just, dude. He was gunning for your laugh. Bro, or your funny bone.
so were you. You had me
What do you
laughing
think
too,
you were
though.
doing the whole
Oh,
time?
but my shit was right. You were just like,
It's like when you think about the guy who like gets pummeled by Alvin Kamara and gets like a compound fracture on his leg, you think of a guy that looks like Tyler.
I think of a
And
guy.
that's
that
what
looks
Tyler
like-
said.
I think of a guy that looks like Tyler's older doppelganger that we saw at that Red Sox game that one time.
Oh, God.
Whole
That's what that dude looks
flashback.
like.
Holy shit.
Every day I'm fighting not to be that guy. That's my motivator.
Yo, but turns out you guys were in the same place at the same time. So what does that say?
Yeah,
True.
You know?
he was there to kill you, but he couldn't.
Jake, is it true that you dressed as a blood cell?
Yeah, you need me to pull up the picture?
Kind of.
Oh, that
Okay.
seems like cheating.
There's no way. You dressed
No,
as
I
a blood
absolutely
cell?
did. Yeah,
There's a costume of that?
yeah. Hold on, let me. I think it should be easy enough to find. Keep going.
Because I know you
Wow.
worked on student activities. I don't know for a fact that you dressed as a blood cell, but that's a very
No, this was a
specific
long
thing to
time
dress up
ago.
as. And I know that you're a hype guy. Who's to say that Tyler isn't though? But he isn't going to be a hype guy as an audio guy. And he does have experience. You technically don't have a college degree as a mascot. And it's been a while since you were dressed up as this said blood cell.
Keep going, John.
You know,
Fuck.
swift feet. Tyler is very fast.
You've seen
To
it.
get out of the way.
I've beat John on reps in the
What?
park.
He did. You know, Jake competing against actual athletes. I think that's a good point. And you know, Jake didn't come back and be like, "Hey, man, I've been working out consistently." He just said that he's a hype guy. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be, you
I
know,
read you the
a
fucking
better
job description.
mascot. So, you know, I think honestly, the argument that put me over the top is I just see Tyler as a pasty white guy on the side.
Smoking fucking crack, John.
I love that argument.
John,
so
you are
much.
smoking fucking crack. Oh my god. I fucking annihilated Tyler here. This is ridiculous.
No, I
I
came back
love-
in the second half, bro.
I just think that's
No.
such a good, strong argument. You know, Jake, you
doesn't
can
have
fill out a
anything to do with
costume, but
it.
it depends on the costume, you
Oh my
know?
God.
Loudest guy in the room, absolutely. But
Mascots don't talk.
Tyler is an audio guy. He picks something that he does every single day. I think it's been a while, and you're out of practice.
That's so ridiculous. I'm out of practice. What the fuck are you talking about? That was a killer argument. You're gonna get shit for this one.
When's the last time you went to a high school football game?
I'm not a pedophile. Like, oh, never mind. I'm not.
Whoa.
Okay,
Oh
that
my.
seems like a genuine attack. That's mean. Tyler gets the
Whoa,
point.
that's a point. Yeah.
That's the point for Tyler right away. Jesus Christ.
Good God.
All right, we're tied up 2-2. Holy shit. And it
Yeah,
truly,
alright.
and like I don't. When you hear this next question, you're gonna be like, "Oh, John really wanted to get this question." That's not why. It's because Jake just made that point.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. The people are gonna be on my side with this one.
Sealed your fate, bro.
You mean your friends that you wanted in the league of record that are not gonna get the
Half
league of
our
record?
listeners.
Right. Okay, 2-2. You know, we might go to lightning round. I don't know. You know, I just make the podcast. I'm not here for the views. The question is, I'm not here for the list. I'm here for you guys. I'm here
I didn't
for
eat
a
dinner
well
yet.
moderated fight. The question is, pick a player on John's bench and argue why they will
Fuck
be
off.
argue why they will be top 10 at their position next year.
I hate it here. Which
You
bench?
want to just blow yourself on the podcast?
Which league, John?
Oh, Dynasty.
Dynasty. I had a feeling. Somehow I knew.
Pick a player on John's bench and argue why they will be top 10 at their position next year.
I got mine. Can I say it?
You can say
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you gotta lock it in, or I could take it. So
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, Tyler going with Aaron Rodgers.
it's not a bad pick.
I do believe
Hey, wait, it's got to be off your
Gee.
bench.
off the bench.
Off the bench.
That's why I picked so fast because his bench sucks
Your bench
ass.
sucks
Hey,
ass.
it's not all handcuffs. There's some
Christ.
okay guys there.
This is garbage.
It's not that bad. Come on.
No, this sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Goddamn, I don't fucking know. Off your bench? So it's basically like Aaron Rodgers. I got to argue for fucking George Pickens.
No,
And it's for top 10. Dude, you don't have a fucking top 10 on your bench.
that's not helping your argument right now.
Can I just argue that your bench is trash?
No, you have to pick somebody.
God. Top 10 that's real tough.
I mean, if we go to lightning round, these questions are even more ridiculous. So I just want you to know that.
I mean, off your bench. Wait, hold on. No. Tyler, if I can't select somebody from your starting roster, why can Tyler select somebody from your IR?
He's
What?
not my IR. I moved him out of the IR.
No,
Yeah, he's on his bench.
He's in your IR right here in front of me.
No, I had
The
to move
IR
him.
is still the bench. He's not a starter.
He's not in my IR.
Mm.
I'm looking at it right now. He's on my starting. He's on the bench. Nobody's in my IR.
I don't know. I see him in your IR right now. But
You got Mayfield. You got Joe Flacco. You got Najee Harris, Brandon Cooks, Treylon Burks, George Pickens, Demarcus Robinson.
fucking trash. God damn. Baker Mayfield, I guess.
Going Baker?
Fucking yeah, my options are that or wide receiver 30 on this year who's getting fucking shit for upgrades. So
Okay.
this is horse shit.
Is this a fair question? I want you to be honest
This
with
is
me.
ass.
Okay,
Snooze, you lose, my friend.
I'm going to change the question to top 20.
Yeah, I got bad.
That's
news
pretty
for you.
lame.
Bad
That
news
also
for you.
doesn't
You
really
don't have
improve
a
it.
lot of top 20 options either.
Okay, it's still top 10 then. It's top 10. Mayfield versus Rodgers, the battle of the decade.
Gross.
Who started first last time? I think Tyler finished, which he's always finishing, but
What?
huh?
Huh?
That's crazy. Who said
Who
that?
now? What? Who did what?
Who? Wait, who finished? Was it Tyler?
I don't remember
What's be the best
at all.
I
I finished that last one. Or no, Tyler finished that last one because you forgot to give him an argument.
okay. Yeah.
I
Then
thought that was the one before that one
Oh, I have no idea then.
because that was the Bengals argument. I almost didn't get a closer in because I had it so locked up that John made his mind up already.
let's see. It still went Tyler, Jake, Tyler, Jake. So Jake finished the last one. Tyler, you're gonna go second this time.
Sounds good, my friend.
All right, Jakelers. Your argument for Baker Mayfield being top 10. Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Look, Baker Mayfield did it this year. Baker Mayfield's talent is there in order to be top 10. He did it last year for the first time in his career, which that might look bad, but he's coming back with the exact same offense, the exact same system, and he proved that he can do it. You're telling me that another year of comfortability in that system with that offense, knowing he's the guy, isn't going to have some improved outcomes? They made it to the playoffs this season. Mike Evans is a perennial 1,000-yard wide receiver, and he is Mayfield's go-to guy. Your wide receiver 2 is Chris Godwin. That is a great receiving core to start with, and they're only going to tack on some other options. Rashad White has been a great pressure release valve for him and has allowed him to either scramble out of the pocket because they're covering White or dump it off to him and let him get some yards. I think that overall Baker Mayfield is a good lock to be at that QB 10, QB 9, that area. I think he is totally locked in.
Okay. All right, Tyler, whenever you're ready for your opening argument.
Okay, just a moment. My fucking sleeper keeps crashing. It's not working. Just super cool.
I love that. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sleeper.
it's very cool on the computer when you're trying to look at stuff, and my phone's on 4%. Okay.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Tyler, your opening argument for Aaron Rodgers being top 10 starts now.
So there's not much you have to really explain about Aaron Rodgers. He's a 4-time MVP. Most recently in 2020 and 2021. I think he's one of the only people to ever do it back to back also. He has been in the NFL since 2009, and in like 90% of his seasons, basically, he's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback. 11 times, in fact, he's been in the top 10, 7 times in the top 5, and 3 finishes as the best quarterback in fantasy. Yes, he is getting a little up there in age, but with Garrett Wilson and a like really young and exciting Jets offense that Jake also kind of loves, and an elite defense that's going to keep them on the field a lot, Aaron Rodgers is just going to hang in there and sling it like he always does. He's a big airtime guy, and he's going to finish top 10, and I don't think that's really an argument.
Okay. Jake, your 30-second rebuttal. Whenever you're ready, I'm going to get the timer up here.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tyler's talking a lot about the past. He's talking about past MVPs, past top finishes. Guess what? The last season that he played all of his games, QB 13. And then this past season, you're going to rupture an Achilles, put him in a new system that is the team overall is in the bottom, it got bottom 8th percentage for every offensive metric. And you think he's going to solve all of that at 40 years old? I don't see that happening. The past is the past. Baker Mayfield can do it now.
All right. Tyler. Whenever you're ready for your rebuttal, feel free to let me know.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Baker Mayfield might not even be the starter for the Tampa Bay Bucks next year. I don't think they've officially signed him. Also, speaking of signings, Mike Evans is a free agent. That offense could be a totally new look next year. Baker Mayfield had the best career year. He had his career year this past year, his best ever, top 10, just at 10. Aaron Rodgers had a very similar year when Jake was talking about his, not top 5 finish.
Awesome, Jake. Whenever you're ready for your closing argument.
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Again, Tyler's talking about the past a lot with a guy who's 40 years old. Baker Mayfield is young. He just showed he can do it. And the guy he's fighting to play with, the guy he's fighting to keep the job is Kyle Trask. That's a joke. No one is taking Baker Mayfield's job after he took them to the playoffs. They're not letting Evans walk this late into his career. That would be ridiculous. What the real key here is you've got a 40-year-old guy coming off an Achilles rupture. We've never seen somebody do that. And as much voodoo magic as Aaron Rodgers wants to talk about, he's not going to be the guy that he used to be, and he's not going to make it.
That's time. Okay. Tyler, closing argument. Here we go. Whenever you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
And go.
Even if Aaron Rodgers is not 100% and he has a mediocre year, there's a very good argument that he's in the top 10 still. He was just in the upper echelon of quarterbacks. He's had the most revolutionary treatment available to him for his Achilles to get back to his playing status. Baker Mayfield needs a prayer and another huge career year with maybe not Mike Evans to have a inkling of the top 10 when there are way better quarterbacks out there.
Oh, man, you guys. This is tough.
Yeah, that was an ass question.
Whoa, excuse me. I don't think it was an asked question. I just wanted to talk about my team.
Yeah.
And the QBs that I have, skillfully acquired in Dynasty.
Skillfully.
God damn.
You're talking about 2 potential top 10 guys here. Like,
oh, yeah,
really,
all day long.
I mean, shit, bro. Some good quarterbacks. No, but really, I do think that you guys both had very, very solid arguments. It was nice to see so much praise for my team. Baker Mayfield was top 10 this year. However, it was the first time that he did so. Aaron Rodgers has been great in the past, as Tyler mentioned. 90% of seasons top 10, 3-time best QB in fantasy. And he's got a really young and exciting team with a good defense. And he did make a good argument for Mayfield potentially not being the starter. Evans might not be there. And, he had to fight to get top 10, and Jake, saying that Aaron Rodgers is, he was good in the past, and who knows if he can really come back from this Achilles injury at such a, so late in his career. I don't know. That's really tough, you guys. I think you both had very equal arguments, and I don't want to extend the show, but I think we might have to.
You're like the goddamn NFL. You are rigging the shit out of this.
This is not. It's not. I genuinely. Okay, listen. After the 2 rebuttals, I was like, I don't have no idea. I'm even. I'm even.
Fucking shit. It should have been over at the mascot question, and you know it.
There hasn't been a single argument. No,
Pasty white guy.
Pasty white guy. That sold me.
That's horseshit.
There hasn't been a single. There wasn't a single thing that each of you said. First, the opening statement, I had Jake. After the rebuttals, tied, and then after the closings, it didn't really change for me. So, I think we're gonna have to go to the lightning round.
You're rigging the shit out of this. Just start it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Here we go. Lightning round. 3 questions. Whoever has the best overall argument, it wins.
How does the lightning round work?
It's going to be okay.
We just scream over each other.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30-second opening. 30-second closing. No rebuttal. I don't know. How do we do this before Tyler?
30 seconds total.
All right.
That seems a minute total, or 2 minutes, because we each had a minute to start. So
okay, this is how we're
going to do it. 30, and then he's saying
opening, 30-second closing.
Should probably ironed this out before.
It's fine. 30-second opening, 30-second.
No, this is how it's always been, guys. We've known this.
We didn't do it all last season, so that's the issue.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Okay. Since Jake, who started there? I believe it was.
I had to start.
Jake started.
Yeah.
I think so.
Tyler's going to start here with his opening statement on which NFL stadium that has never hosted a Super Bowl would be the best host city.
Oh my God. Premium article.
Nice.
I need to know, brother man.
This is not rigged. I'm actually having trouble.
Oh God, how do I pull up this list, man? All these are premium websites.
Premium meaning you have to pay?
Yeah, you gotta subscribe. What is this?
I didn't really Google this to see.
Cities that have. I mean, I can take a stab at one. I have a pretty good idea, but
Iconic.
Yeah, cut this. Yep, cut this.
15 cities that have never hosted a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got mine. It's Kansas City.
Oh.
Okay.
It's going with Kansas City.
It's gonna be tough one to argue.
I got this pulled up now. Is it though?
What are you going, Tyler?
For me, like as a human person.
Right, as a human being that likes football and not the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right.
The options for the listeners here, we got Baltimore, Buffalo, Charlotte, which the Panthers, Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Denver, Green Bay, Kansas City, Foxborough, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Seattle, Nashville, and Washington, D.C. for the Commanders. Tough choices for Tyler. And just remember, we don't have editing.
Yep. This is true.
But that's okay. I can fill the space.
Dead air here.
I can
Yeah,
fill the
sorry.
space. Jake, what are you doing tomorrow? You got any plans? How was your Valentine's Day?
Well, hanging out. We had a good dinner. I don't know.
What'd you have for dinner?
Went to a pasta place. I got carbonara.
Oh, you didn't think about getting gnocchi?
No, I did not.
Carbonara. That's yummy. Anything to drink? I saw Madam Web last night. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, alone. That's sad.
You can avoid that. Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney's
All right.
barely in the movie. Like, oh my god.
I got
Okay,
mine.
Tyler.
We're going Soldier Field in Chicago, baby.
All right, Chicago versus Kansas City, Battle of the Ages. Who's starting?
I'll start.
Tyler, Jake.
Yeah.
Tyler, Jake
Doesn't matter.
starts. Okay, Jake, you're starting here.
Okay.
Take it away. And once we have the timer.
Also, sorry, that wasn't very lightning of me to take 20 minutes to pick one, but
It wasn't. Lightning round, 30 seconds. Why was
Lightning
this
Man.
the stadium that should have the Super Bowl? And go.
This is the stadium that should have the Super Bowl because the Kansas City Chiefs have won 3 out of the last 4 years. That is the kind of place that you need to host a Super Bowl. Foxborough never got it during their dynasty, and I think Kansas City should. Kansas City also has some incredible attractions, primarily breweries, distilleries, and they have an amazing barbecue. Tyler's probably going to talk about stupid deep dish pizza that sucks. Chicago's terrible.
Chicago fucking sucks.
Chicago fucking sucks. I don't know.
I
Man.
hate pizza.
I don't know. I'm tired of this, Grandma.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Okay, Tyler, whenever you're ready to
I'm ready.
argue for the Chicago Bears Stadium,
This fucking
Ready.
stupid.
go.
Opened in 1924, Soldier Field is the most historic and oldest field in the NFL. In the beautiful city of Chicago, where there are people who are so passionate about their football teams that they would dress up like Mike Ditka in the stands. Talk about a dynasty that never got a Super Bowl. That Bears team was incredible. Next year, Soldier Field turns 100 years old. So if we could have a Super Bowl that was a 100-year-old stadium, that'd be sick.
Wow. Did you read it off Wikipedia?
No,
All right.
I just knew when it was built.
Oh,
Well, I Googled when it was built, but
Right,
that was it.
it's off the top of my head. All right, Jake, closing argument for Kansas City whenever you're ready.
Okay, give me just 1 second. I need 1 second. Hold on.
Karma is the guy from the Chiefs coming straight home to me.
Nice. All right. Great. Great alarm. All right. I'm ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
The 100-year-old thing doesn't mean anything because they've already selected the Super Bowl location for next year. It is going to be in New Orleans. Kansas City has just as much history as Chicago does. And I think that there's really nothing to go see. What are you going to go see? The giant bean in Chicago? Go to Kansas City, eat some delicious food, and soak in a rich winning history that's recent and modern. Not talking about 1980s winning teams.
Okay, Tyler, closing argument whenever you are ready.
Give me just a moment here. Just formulate.
If you're listening in the car, I hope you guys are, having a safe drive. If you have a nice day at work, and
If you're listening in the car, you're probably driving cross country and you're almost there.
you're gonna get there.
True.
Hang in there, guys.
This is hours
Maybe stop in
too.
Kansas City for some nice barbecue.
There's a lot of distilleries and breweries. in the
So
area.
many. It's like crazy how many breweries are in Kansas City. You should definitely go there.
Very shit.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay, Tyler, 3, 2, 1, go.
Chicago is a beautiful city. They've got a humongous airport. The facilities are great. Kansas City is a flyover city. Nobody goes to Kansas City to hang out. Chicago is where people go to enjoy, get famous hot dogs, check out the Bean. Kansas City doesn't even have a Bean. You just have to get drunk because it's the only thing to do in shit ass Missouri. What are you going to do there? It's Kansas City. Yeah, they won recently, but that doesn't mean anything. Chicago deserves it. It's the oldest stadium in the NFL.
They got a giant airport.
It's a flyover city. There's no bean. You're right. Okay. Great arguments. Moving on to the second question of the lightning round. Not going to tell you who I think won because it doesn't really matter yet. It's whoever
Oh my
won.
God, I thought that was it. I just want this to be fucking done.
Listen, it's a monthly show, Jake. We have to give
Tyler
a long show.
We're going, baby. It's
That's what the people-
10:30 on a weeknight.
People
Keep
want this
Jake up
all
late.
day.
I'll keep winning.
This is great. These two questions are fantastic. Totally just, ridiculous, and
Read the
anybody could
fucking
win
questions.
them. Which former player has a better chance of returning to the league? Henry Ruggs or Antonio Brown? Pick one.
What the fuck?
All right, Henry Ruggs.
Antonio Brown.
Okay. Holy shit. Jake going with Henry
It's
Ruggs.
not going to feel good.
I wrote these at work. Are you looking up when Henry Ruggs gets out of prison?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like this.
How long does CTE last?
How to cure CTE.
All right, I'll start. I don't care.
Go ahead, Jake. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Henry Ruggs is only in for 3 to 10. He was an amazing talent coming out of Alabama and really didn't get to show it off. I think that there's a realistic chance that he comes out while he's still of playing age because you imagine he's going to be on good behavior because he thinks, hey, I can get out there and really show them what I'm worth. And I think that realistically is a good enough shot that he could come back. 3 years is not a big deal. I mean, we just saw Calvin Ridley come back after a few, and he was good. So maybe he's in there working out. Who knows?
Awesome. Thank you, Jake, for arguing for a murderer. Tyler, take it away when you're
Manslaughter, but yeah.
No,
All right, I'm ready.
You're right. Kill the dog.
He's
Go.
a murderer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Antonio Brown has the championship pedigree. The GOAT let him stay in his house with him. That's how much this guy is respected around the league. Yeah, he's kind of insane, but who wouldn't want to have Antonio Brown on their team taking reps? OBJ is still playing football. Why can't Antonio Brown? Yes, he's a little bit of a diva. He's got some off the field issues, but I can't talk about Henry Ruggs. He's still in playing shape. Like Antonio Brown can still go out there with the best of them. And people thought he was done when he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Got some extra time on that one.
You've got an extra time too. Get out of here. I just finished my 3 words.
Here and there.
All right, I'm ready whenever.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Antonio Brown is an absolute lunatic sexual predator. There's no way anybody wants them on their team. Teams have re-signed guys who have committed crime and done time and gotten in trouble. I think that's totally realistic. Antonio Brown is also 35 years old. Henry Ruggs is going to be in the prime of his life when he gets out of prison, and he's going to be working out the whole time. Antonio Brown has a better chance of literally going to jail for longer than Henry Ruggs does than actually coming back to the NFL.
Okay. All right, Tyler.
All right.
Whatever you see fit.
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Henry Ruggs is 25 years old. 3 to 10, Jake. 3 to 10. He could be out of prison when he's 35, just as old as Antonio Brown is. And you know what? Antonio Brown was in the NFL playing games and absolutely dominating during that period. You know what Henry Ruggs is going to be doing in prison? I'll let you figure that one out. Okay? I'm not going to say it on the podcast. But Henry Ruggs was mediocre at best, even when he was playing in the league. You know what? People don't come back after they kill somebody, Jake. It's not like he was Michael Vick.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like this.
This isn't this is exactly what I expected, actually.
Yeah.
Great. Moving on to the final question of the fantasy fight. That's awesome. Good job, guys. This one's gonna take a little bit of thought and a little bit of just creativity.
I know it's not going to take any thought, just based on how you're framing it.
I'm gonna need you to get this question out there.
Here we go. Give me an animal that isn't currently an NFL mascot and a city that doesn't currently have a franchise, and argue why they would make a good addition to the NFL.
Okay. I mean, I got mine.
Okay.
Oh, that's damn.
Wow,
That's
already?
quick.
What
Jesus.
is it, like the
Um,
Portland Predators or something?
the Predators are an actual hockey team.
True, but I was thinking
I
of a different
think I
type of
do.
Predator.
Hold on. Let me look up.
Not me staring at a map of the United States.
Logan's gonna be really happy that this podcast is almost 2.5 hours long.
He's going to be very excited.
He loves
We
the
do it-
long
we
ones.
do it for our
We're
boy.
doing it for the people, guys. Just you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is a terrible segment for not editing.
Oh, this is brutal. This
It's
is
not that
absolutely
bad.
brutal for not
Fucking
editing.
brutal.
That's what they hit the plus 30 second button, guys. If you're sitting here right now, it's
Yeah.
okay. Just plus 30,
Do
plus
our
30,
job
plus
for
30.
All
us,
right,
guys.
I got it. I got mine. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Okay, Jacklers. I'm ready. You give me your city and your team name.
The London, England Bulldogs.
London,
Interesting.
England? Like it's the whole country? Okay.
You asked for a city, motherfucker. There's cities in America named London.
Okay, but I'm not that much of an idiot not to know that you meant
Kind of an
London.
idiot.
Okay. Tyler, what do you got?
In the spirit of Jake's question or Jake's answer, I'm gonna go with the Hong Kong Tigers.
Whoa. Hong Kong Tigers. We already have the Bengals, but why not the Tigers?
Why not?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Jake. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. The first thing here is that they have already been hosting NFL games. They've hosted NFL games across a wide variety of teams. London is ready for their own team. They're ready to say, you were the London Bulldogs, the English Bulldogs. On top of that, a London franchise is almost inevitable in my eyes. Why would they be spreading it out that far? It makes sense to the NFL. It makes sense to me. It's a huge untapped market, and the logistics are so easy.
Okay.
30 seconds is not enough time.
All right. Tyler, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Speaking of untapped markets, you're talking about the biggest market in the entire world, baby. That's China. Hong Kong, #1. And when you're talking about the Tigers playing there, dude, tell me it wouldn't be the most exciting thing in the world to see Antonio Brown getting quadruple CTE on the field on the Hong Kong Tigers because nobody wants to play there. Okay, this is going to be the most electric place to play football. They're on a different day. We're gonna get Tuesday night football. Tell me everybody would love that. You get an extra day during the season.
God, imagine the airfare for Taylor Swift if Travis Kelce had to go there. Jake, your closing argument for the English Bulldogs. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hong Kong is a 13-hour difference than New York. That means that you would literally, I mean, if they started a game right now, it would be at 10:30 in the morning for them to have it be a nighttime game. That makes absolutely no logistic sense at all. On top of the other side, the fact that it's on the other side of the world makes no sense. There's no market there. They have not been showing games in that market, so that there would be no primer for it. London has all of that. They've been doing it. The logistics are set up. It makes the most sense in so many ways.
Okay. Tyler, your closing argument for the Hong Kong Tigers. And 3, 2, 1, go.
England sucks. That's why we left. I don't know why we're going back. It's not exciting. We've played football there. Nobody cares about it. It's a throwaway game. They're going to be a bad team. The Hong Kong Tigers are going to be bloodthirsty, absolute just ravagers. It's going to be like they're just going to be fighting for their lives out there. And everyone's going to be sleep deprived and everybody's going to be concussed. And it's going to be the most exciting and electric football. And people in China are going to love it. They're going to lose their minds. And it's going to have 1 billion people in the stadium.
1 billion people in the stadium.
They got big stadiums over there in China.
Whole fucking country's in the stadium.
Dude, my notes tonight, it's like 4 times CTE, Hong Kong bloodthirsty, sleep deprived concussions.
John's just writing down whatever makes him laugh.
It's where you guys are both saying stuff that makes me laugh, so it's it's even playing ground here. Okay, so just a refresher, tied going into the lightning round. Which NFL stadium has never hosted a Super Bowl will be better? Jake went with KC. Tyler went with Chicago. He went with kind of the historic argument. Jake went with food. Our amazing barbecue, and Tyler went with a bean, obviously. Flyover City, KC. Good arguments there, guys. I think for that one, the one that really kind of swayed me truly was Tyler's argument about how, who the fuck wants to go to Kansas City? Nobody. I've wanted to revisit Chicago for ages, and I do want to go back there. Nobody mentioned the temperature. Like, both cities are very cold that time of year, so I don't really think it makes that much of a difference. Chicago also does have amazing food, so I think you can get best of both worlds in Chicago. The next argument here was Ruggs versus Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, he's a sexual predator. I think that Jake...
Don't
Jake,
start it like
The
that.
deadpan delivery of that was
So,
really good.
Jake, I think you did make a pretty solid argument for Henry Ruggs, just purely to the fact that NFL teams do prefer to bring back former criminals than predators with CTE. And I'm being completely sincere here when I say, like, there's multiple criminals that have come back versus sexual predators and people with brain conditions. So Jake wins that one for me. So we're tied going
Yeah,
into
it
the
was a
final
lot.
round. Like, we're all on the same page here. Okay.
Yeah.
And Jake with the English Bulldogs versus Tyler with the Hong Kong Tigers.
That's just bullshit. All right.
I do like Tyler's argument for fuck the Redcoats, basically. Sleep deprived concussions. Yeah, like, I think that the Hong Kong Tigers are going to have a genuine advantage over there. But Jake's kind of argument about, they've already hosted games. English Bulldogs, that's a great kind of thing. Like, that's a real
Fucking
dog.
Great branding.
I love English Bulldogs. They're very cute. I know that's one of Jake's favorite breed of dogs. It's inevitable that a team does go there. It doesn't make logistical sense for a team to fly to China.
13-hour
doesn't-
time difference.
I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I'd watch that.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
That was the thing. I think, Jake, you really made a very powerful argument at the very end.
Right.
You came in hot. Untapped market. It is
Untapped
a tapped market. Untapped
It's
market
tapped.
for China. For China to being an untapped market.
Yes.
I don't think anybody in China cares about the NFL.
They don't.
Damn.
So at the end of the
China
day,
doesn't care about the NFL.
yeah. And if you're Chinese and you do care about the NFL, let us know. And then maybe I'll flip the win to Tyler. But the fantasy fight, the battle of the champs, is gonna go to Jake.
Battle of the champs. All right, that's it. That's another championship on my belt. I want to say, what was that? I want to say, John, terrible moderator.
What? You
Absolute-
won.
So much bias. Yeah,
Can
you
I
need
just say
winners to
something?
speak up here.
Hold on.
What?
Speaking of winners speaking up, during the 2019 regular season, Tencent, which is a very popular Chinese streaming service, achieved a 56% viewership rate with 700 million views on NFL games.
Is that a Chinese network?
Yes.
700
There is a general manager of NFL China also.
700 million views across
That's a
all
lot.
the games, or across one game.
I don't know. It's just that one sentence.
Yeah, that sounds trumped up.
This one blurb on Google Yahoo Answers that I found.
Live streaming audience of 6.2 million unique viewers, up 43% year on year, and the most watched Super Bowl in the last 6 years in China. That is a real NFL put that out.
Well, I think there's a lot of people in China, and 700 million people isn't actually it's probably like a third of China or less. So,
Anyway, that was a farce. I thought it would be funny to argue for sleep deprived concussions. That's why I chose it. I don't really believe
Just to put it, the largest amount of viewers, just want to put this in perspective, of a single stream, 6 million is 0.42% of China's population.
exactly. Think of all the people that could be watching and that aren't.
The Hong Kong Sharks
was actually
Dude,
there.
can you imagine how fucking mad players would be if they found out they had to go to Hong Kong?
Yeah, you did the meme. You did the meme. You better start learning Chinese, buddy. That'd be
Like,
real life, dude. That'd be sick.
Can you
Maybe they
imagine?
give all the players a subscription to like Rosetta Stone, and then
Dude,
you know,
Henry
like,
Ruggs
you
would play
imagine-
there. Antonio Brown would play there. Tom Brady would probably be the quarterback for a little bit.
Think about the
Brett Favre
Patriots
would be there.
this year
Whoa, talk
sending-
about predators.
sending Mac Jones to goddamn Hong Kong mid-season.
The joke really came from, I don't know if anybody out there is an NBA fan, but I'll bring this up. There is a Chinese basketball league for real, and there is a team called the Guangdong Tigers, and that is a running joke where on NBA Insiders, Shaquille O'Neal was asked the question of like, hey, where do you think this guy's going to play next year? I forget who the player was, but they were pretty bad. And he wrote in perfect Chinese, he said, Guangdong Tigers, ni hao, ni hao. You're going to play on the Guangdong Tigers because he was bad. So we need that in the NFL.
Give it 10 years, Tyler. We're going to have a London team at that point. And who's to say we don't have a fucking Hong Kong team?
Yeah,
And I'll
we'll
eat my
see.
word.
I will. I'll
That's what
lay
they
a,
thought in the 90s too, man. I don't know.
I'll lay $100 bet on the fact that we don't have a Hong Kong China team in the next 10 years.
Well, because Hong Kong won't be there. Or
Waterbet?
Taiwan.
Waterbet?
It'll
Be
be
dead.
something else.
That's true. That's true. Waterbet, no Hong Kong team in 10 years.
Done.
Sure, lock
Lock
it
it
in.
up.
Lock it in.
Those fantasy dudes water bed.
So yeah, I think that's it for the episode. If you made it this far, thank you guys so much for listening, watching, subscribing, liking, all that shit. Give us money,
It's not shit. We like it.
Give us
all that stuff
money.
that helps us do this
Please.
podcast. Really appreciate it. If you like the fantasy fight, if you like me moderating, let me know. If you don't, we'll go back to Tyler. I apologize in advance or afterwards. It
Damn.
already happened, but
All right.
Damn.
I think I did a good job. I'm gonna go to bed satisfied with my performance tonight. Because most nights I don't really have a good performance.
I
So.
was gonna say it's the first time in a while. You could probably say
Whoa,
that.
you got me there, Tyler. Be
Yeah.
at those fantasy dudes. Hope you guys enjoy the off season. It's gonna be the first Wednesday of every month. Even though it's a Thursday and the third one of the anyways. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next off season episode.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.